Hey, hunters.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy almost 4th of July.
Ugh, I hate this holiday.
You know, it used to be my favorite. I'll say that. It used to be my favorite. It's not anymore.
Oh gosh, it's the worst. I mean, my pit bull is absolutely terrified of fireworks, and living in Oklahoma, people think July 4th is 2 weeks long, and so yeah, and he thunder jackets or thunder shirts or whatever don't work for him. I've tried like giving him tons of Benadryl to make him drowsy. That doesn't work. I've tried like prescription calming medication and sedatives. That doesn't work. Like you would literally have to put him under in order for him to calm down. And he loses his mind so much, it's almost like he's going to have a heart attack.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really sad.
Yeah. My poor baby. So,
Yeah. We got to keep him
yeah.
sheltered for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's crazy. So he was a fighter in his previous life, and his previous owner is now in jail for many things. But I'm sure the fear came from gunshots because I'm sure there were plenty of those in his past. So, I mean, I get it, and I just got to keep him calm and give him lots of hugs and try and show
Yeah.
him that it's okay. I was hoping exposure therapy would work, but nope.
Yeah.
So,
That's ironic that you say that because Pearl, I've had her since she was a puppy, and me being the dumb 16-year-old I was when I was, when she was like 1 year old, I was like, oh, I want to bring her to the fireworks show. And because they do it just down the street from our house. And that was the worst idea ever. And I think I scarred her for life because she did not like the fireworks.
yeah.
And normally she's a pretty chill dog. She doesn't really get scared easily. Marvin's more of like the scaredy cat. But yeah, she was not having it. And so that's still the case to this day. So I can definitely relate. But
It's weird because like my German Shepherd lab mix Sandy, she's terrified of thunder, but she couldn't give two shits about fireworks. And then Brewski is terrified of fireworks, but couldn't give two shits about thunder. So
that's so ironic.
yeah, and she
Oh,
like when she gets scared, like all she does is come sit like as close to me as possible. Like she doesn't freak out. She just wants to be near her mama, you know. So
oh,
so
good
it's not that
girl.
bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But yeah.
I really hope your entire neighborhood doesn't pop off for the next week. But
And it's
uh,
illegal here. You'd think like people would pay attention to
oh,
the law, but
yeah,
I mean,
maybe. Do you guys? I don't know about you, but here they have. I've been seeing signs everywhere because a lot of the streets get blocked off and whatever for the holiday itself. Um, but on, I've heard on the radio, and then I've also seen on those signs that like I forget the term they have, but all of the cops are like on high alert and speeding, and they're gonna like pull you over for literally anything. So
yeah.
like no matter whether you're like, uh, I mean, everything, texting and driving is bad, speeding is bad, all of these things are bad, but they also tend to look the other way because they've got their hands full with more intense things.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're no holds barred this year for
Well,
the holiday.
my next door neighbor is a firefighter, and he's like pretty high up. Like he just got some promotion or something. So this year, uh, for the past few days, he's actually had the fire truck parked in his driveway, probably to discourage fireworks. It hasn't worked. Um,
Man,
but yeah, I mean, so fireworks are illegal to buy, sell, and shoot off in city limits, but it's like every other street there's someone shooting off fireworks during the middle of the day, even. Like, what's the point? You can't really see them. And
it
yeah,
seems like a waste. Like you're spending good money on those things too.
yeah. I think the problem is the fine here is only like $170 or something. Like if that fine was like $1,000, the fine has to be more than whatever they're spending to buy the fireworks in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like
they gotta up that ante a little bit.
yeah, I don't know why people don't just like city limits is maybe a 5-minute drive. Just go to like, and we have like big open fields everywhere. Like, the city is awesome because like you've got good city, but then within 10 minutes you can be in the middle of nowhere. So like just take a 10-minute drive to the middle of nowhere and shoot off your fireworks there. And then I don't have to hear them.
Please be respectful of your neighbors, humans.
Yeah. Yeah. So
well,
anyway.
Has it been like pretty late into the night too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh. Hello, everybody. Trinity Black says it's kind of legal in Canada too, but it's not illegal to sell, which is ironic. The legalities of all of these things.
Back when I lived in Rhode Island, they were illegal in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut. Anyway, everywhere around me they were illegal. But one year, this boyfriend I had, he and I like drove up to New Hampshire, and he spent $4,000 on fireworks. And
oh my god, I didn't even know that was possible. What do you do? Buy the whole, stand?
He filled up his entire Jeep. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
$1,000 worth of fireworks. That's impressive.
Yeah, we went and talked to the fire department. They were cool with it. They came and watched. The entire neighborhood came out and watched like our fireworks display. We had like a big party and stuff. That was fun because like, we checked with the neighbors, and it wasn't allowed. It was illegal, but the fire department was like, it's okay, we'll watch,
Right.
Yeah.
They were on standby.
Yeah, I used to love that stuff. I even like in 5th grade, we had to do like a report on like an interesting invention, and I did my report on fireworks and like researched the entire history of fireworks. I loved fireworks until I had a pit bull. So
yeah.
The
babies over everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, so wait, can you tell me a fun fact about fireworks that maybe I don't know?
Okay, well, they were invented in China.
Okay.
Like
I didn't know that, but
a long time
I feel like
ago.
that's a trivia question.
I'm trying to think. It was like, I want to say it was like a couple hundred BC. That doesn't sound right, but maybe I don't know. A long ass time ago. Like it's a really really old invention.
Wow.
They use cobalt to make the blue color. Like there's different chemicals basically for all the colors, and I don't know. I was in 5th grade. Okay. That's about all I remember.
Yeah. That stuff never stays with us that long.
Right. But I mean, I do remember they were invented in China. So you'd think that the United States would use a United States invention to celebrate the United States, but they don't.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But that's very American of us.
Right.
Oh, and just going to shout out a couple of people that are joining us in the chat. Hi, Zenny ABC. Oh, we got to check in on your walking goals, but we will get there.
Yes.
Marvin's house popped in. Love you, B. He's at work now, but thanks for popping in. Hi, Hoth. Happy 4th. Trinity Black. Happy 4th. Trinity. Oh, because you're in Canada. I hope you did well in the Canada Day event. How was that for all of the Canadians? I'm sure great. I saw Nop, a fellow stateside hunter, cross the border into Canada for the event, which is fun.
That's exciting. I totally would have done that if I wasn't here. Like if I was still in Rhode Island, I mean, that's like a 4 or 5 hour drive. I totally would have done that.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was that close. Or like that quick. That's awesome.
If you go through like upstate New York area, yeah. I once went to Canada for breakfast one day.
Oh, I remember you told me this.
Yeah. I
So
think we
lucky.
talked about that in that long like Brend conversation that one night.
Oh man, what a day. Did you guys like make a full day of it, or did you literally just drive for breakfast? And that was probably when it was very easy to cross the border and you
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have
I mean,
patients and stuff. But
that was, I want to say it was like 2006 or 7.
okay,
Yeah.
it's a fun date day.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And
Trinity
Carter,
says, I went
go ahead.
hard and managed enough to print 4 more. It was their first candidate event. I was really happy with the no crypto rewards in exchange for 100% resources.
I have to agree. Good to know. We're going to need to chat about a Canada Day cutie later on.
Right? Yeah. Oh, I need to be buying one of them.
Right? I haven't been in on one right now.
Yeah.
Hi, Renee. Happy
Hey, Renee.
4th. Happy almost 4th. We're just talking about the wrap up of the Canada Day event and how Trinity crushed it on the resources. I'm excited too for the first event without crypto in Blue Vaults. I don't know. I thought I was not going to like it. And on my way home, I hit a couple vaults and was like, oh, this is really cool. So
I'm going to have to check that out. I haven't hunted yet, so I'm probably going to do that after this. So,
unless Marvin does it first, yeah.
I saw in Off Topic someone screenshot the like resource box, and it's like super cute.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the Discord much this week. Was the Canada Day one just as good?
It was really good because also it was obviously red and white, and then it had the maple leaf on all sides of the boxes, but it also had maple leaf as like the ribbon on top. I don't know if if a lot of people noticed that, but yeah, it was like a maple leaf ribbon. So that I thought was a good touch.
I'm going to have to look for a picture of that.
Yeah, they were super cute.
So I wonder, do we know, were those resource boxes last year? Did they have that same detail?
So it sounded like at first they thought that last year's drop was 25, was dropping in like increments of 25, and then this year was dropping in increments of 50. But then IW, I think like I saw something from him that said he said his notes last year said 50, but he couldn't remember himself. So he was like, it's either the same or you guys got lucky.
Hey, okay.
And that's what it was, or they, I guess, unlucky last year because it should have been 50. And if they think it was 25, but who really knows?
Yeah. But also, did the resource boxes have that design on them back then, or is this a brand new thing that they added?
Oh, good question. I'm not sure.
All right.
If I had to guess, I think they were probably decked out like that. Yeah, because I think it's always been like that for all of the events, right?
I feel like the first time I remembered different resource boxes, I mean, I definitely noticed it for the Halloween event. I'm trying to remember if the Elemental Invasion had different resource. Yes, because it had it was the gray boxes with the elemental design on the side. Yes, they were sick.
I'm trying to think because I started right at the Hawaii event last year, and I want to say that they were different. They were with the Hawaiian flowers, like they were still blue and white, but I think that they had the hibiscus flowers or something on there.
Huh. Okay.
So,
yeah. Zenny says the boxes seem different. Trying to find screenshots. Okay.
I know. Now it's like all of these things we think about that we should keep track on the wiki, right? Like, what were the drops? Oh, thanks for confirming, IW. Hello. He says, just came back from a short hunt. Got 100 football and 300 cowboy hats. Okay, nice. So no confirmation, actually. False alarm.
That sounds like a really short hunt. You better get back out there.
Yeah, that sounds like a Renee hunt. 15 minutes.
Right. Right. So my mom is going to be joining me for a long walk and hunt tomorrow morning, bright and early, just as the sun's coming up. I don't think she even knows that it's a 4th of July event yet. Like, she just kind of wanted to schedule this, like, walking with me once a week thing. We did it for the first time last week, and it turned out okay. I had to walk a little bit slower because she's a little bit slower, but it was cool. I mean, we got to hang out and do something different, so I think that's going to be a regular weekly thing. I'm going to have to remind her to, like, she has all these, she put down some UVs over by where she lives, which is like, I don't know, like a 15-minute drive away, but she never really goes and hits them by herself. So I got to tell her, like, demolish those and we'll put them on our loop, and that way I'll have them to hit too.
Exactly. You can reap those benefits because you'll be hitting them more than
yeah,
more than
and then
half,
she'll
right?
get extra keys because of that. So Illusion Weaver said last year the boxes were just the regular resource boxes. These USA boxes are new. Awesome.
Sweet.
Cool.
What about the Canada Day boxes, Illusion Weaver? Are those ones new? I liked the maple leaf bow. It was a nice touch.
Yeah, I got to check that out because that sounds really cute.
Yeah, they were cute.
Yeah.
Hot said, I'm really excited to get out there. The resource boxes look A1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Definitely agree.
So
I know I'm excited. I have to get some hunting in tonight. Well, both of us have to get some hunting in tonight. So
yeah,
it'll be a little bit shorter of a stream than the normal 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, if possible. You never know with us, I guess.
Right.
So the 4th of July event goes from reset tonight to, we have 2 days, right? So it's not until reset tomorrow, it's till reset the day after, right?
Exactly. 48 hours total.
Okay, so that means we have 4 rounds of vaults, right? So wait.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, the next morning. Okay.
Oh, that would be 4. So 4 resets.
4.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah.
But so like I was saying, when I was driving home from work today, it was really actually kind of invigorating to hit system vaults again because I've been avoiding them. That change went into place and they've only been worth 20 cents. Or, I'm sorry, 2 cents.
I was
2
gonna say,
cents, everybody.
20 cents.
Whoa. So I haven't been hitting them, and I have one that's at work, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been looking forward to it all day to hit that 5 o'clock hour and be able to open it. And it was exciting. I had a total of like 50 hats and 50 footballs from last year when I had no idea what I was doing. So just slowly building up that stack, and I squeezed out my blueprint on the way here too. So,
nice.
Yes. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I bought that blueprint in October last year, along with a bunch of hats and footballs, and I still have, I think, 100 hats left over. But I wanted to, I think I was doing a leaderboard run in October, and so I wanted to have more things to print, because back then, actually, first print was a good amount of leaderboard points.
Yeah, right?
Like, now it's not, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
So that being said, did you get the in-game notification that first prints are going to be boosted?
Yeah.
This week?
So, does
that
mean...
So where does it land?
Does that mean, like, our first prints or universal first to print a QB?
Oh.
See, because I guess...
I wish I would have taken a screenshot.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know that... I don't know that it specified, because when I saw that, I thought universal first to print a QB, and you apparently thought everyone's individual first to print for something. So Illusion Weaver, let us know, because apparently...
Yeah, please tell me if you're still in here.
Yeah. Because we
I think you said the Canada...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, the Canada Day boxes are new too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we totally took it 2 different ways.
Yeah, because when I first saw that, I was like, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. That won't matter until like the anniversary event. No one cares.
Right. Right.
I mean, unless
But
there's
also
like a
too, I'm
new
like,
shop
well,
drop or something.
well, I hope it's what I think, because then it would be very beneficial for you whenever you decide to make.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Because I have so many things to first print.
Yay!
Yeah.
I know I've restarted the clock on that, and I'm saving up my blueprints again, just in case. Even though I keep swearing to myself I'm never going to make another push for the leaderboard, there's a little piece of me that's like, yeah, you will.
I swore that I wasn't going to do it either, but then at the same time, it's like, I mean,
all these first prints.
I don't want to burn any bridges. Like, I'm saving them just in case there is a good time to do that. Like, I don't know that it would be possible for me to do that walk every day. I mean,
oh, dude. I mean, oh, well, okay. So let's do a quick check-in, because you crushed it last week with walking 5 days. That's insane.
Yeah. So I did 4 days this week. So that was a total of 25 miles. Yeah, I've been doing more work on my boyfriend's parents' house, like renovation work, and that takes a lot out of you, because like I'm crawling around in an attic wiring new electrical outlets, so like it's freaking hot.
Okay.
And you can't like walk 6 miles and then climb in an attic in 100-degree weather in the same day. Like, you just can't do that.
You couldn't keep your body hydrated enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hoff says it's individual first print.
Yeah, okay.
Well, printed a rare and went up a good bit.
That's good to know. Okay, cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I guess I was smart to save all of those blueprints.
Very much so, madame. Very much so.
So, since we had a full month, though, I checked my walking stats for the month of June. And because I hadn't done it before, I also checked my walking stats for the month of May. But they're kind of interesting, and I'm kind of surprised. So I thought I might share. So for June, I walked 15 out of 30 days. So it wasn't exactly every other day, but it was half of the days of the month I walked. And I still ended like global, it was like 300 or something. So you really have to walk every day if you want to get on the top of the leaderboards. Granted, my walking 15 days out of 30 for the month had moved me up to first all time in Oklahoma. Because apparently,
Wait, where were you before?
I was second. I was behind Danibus.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And Danibus like was ahead of me since I started playing. Like, I didn't think there was any catching up to him, because I mean, there's like 250 user vaults down where he is, and he referred almost all of those players, and like, I mean, he hits all of those vaults twice a day every day, but apparently he's either not doing that now or not walking or something. I took a look, and he was for the month he was somewhere down in like number 20 or something like that for the month. So he must have taken the month off.
I know. So here's the thing about that. I am kind of upset about how much the walking quests really lay into like leaderboard points, because
it's
California,
so much for you.
example. Yeah, and like for California, it was Block Boy and then Marvin's house and me, top 3, right? And it felt like, I don't know, kind of well-deserved, because we had dropped so much resin into so many cranes and have been playing this game for over a year now. And so that felt like kind of a well-deserved spot, right? And literally within 2 weeks of these walking mechanics going into place, there's like, I'm dropped down to 12, 13. Like, all of that work for the past year?
For
is
monthly or for
gone
all time? For all time?
for all time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, that doesn't seem right. There's people that have started playing like literally 2 months ago that are ahead of me on the leaderboard of all time. And I'm like, okay, this isn't an all-time leaderboard then. That's not fair. Because what?
Wow.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
That's really
So
surprising.
I know that was the one thing that like really, really bummed me out because like we worked hard for that.
Well,
I
I
don't
guess that
know. I
explains
mean,
how I
it's all
passed
part of the
Danibus.
process. What's that?
I guess that explains how I passed Danibus. Like, I guess if he's even walking half as much as me, if
That's the
the
thing.
number
But
8 is worth that much, then yeah,
it
okay.
really does seem like 7 and 8 make a huge difference because I mean, I do what I can every day. I definitely get to at least goal or accomplish all the way through goal 4 every day. And that's like doing the walk with the dogs, or even if I'm working, like I said, like I keep my coin hunt world up as often as I can, get my steps in while I'm at work. Like I'm like doing what I can with the time I have. But man, I was like not so thrilled when I saw that because it was like,
Yeah, that's
what?
crazy.
What are you talking about?
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
Hopefully
so
things will adjust, and it is beta, and the first year is
yeah,
always going to be different than the second year and the third year, and it is what
yeah.
it is. But at least I got my NFT.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, so for the month of June, these numbers were kind of shocking for me. So in June, I walked 257,000 steps.
Oh my god.
Now this is just from my exercises, just from the actual walks, not including the regular stuff of just
Wait,
living.
so we got the fit you so you walked May 15 out of 30, and then what was June?
No,
How
that
many
was
days?
June, was 15 out of 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, May was actually 14 out of 31.
Okay.
So
Oh, so
I did a tiny bit better in June, but it's pretty much exactly the same. Yeah.
okay.
So, and in June, just for the exercises, I burned 9,000 calories. Yeah. I walked a total of 98 miles.
Oh my god.
Just
That's
from the
nuts!
exercises, not like everyday
In a month?
walking. Yeah, 98 miles.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. So it averaged out to 8,600 steps per day and 3.7 miles per day. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Did you have did you also include a key count in there?
No,
How many
I
total
probably,
keys for the month?
yeah, I should have done that. But that was just, I pulled up my Samsung Health and it's got like all those numbers on there. So I
For sure.
thought it was kind of interesting. But
That's
yeah,
so impressive.
it blew my
That
mind.
is
So
really impressive.
my goal for July is to beat that.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you beat out May and June, and all you can do is keep, demolishing the month before. I don't know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Or if you stay right there, that's fine too, because
Right?
that's crazy.
It's still way better than I used to be.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Speaking of staying right there, my weight stayed right there this week. I didn't lose any more this week, so I'm still at 12 and a half pounds lost. But
It's gonna be like 5 pounds next weweek.
if you listen to the Zach and Marlov show this week, Marlov said he lost 22 pounds since starting walking for Keys. Of course, he's a guy. They lose weight faster. Screw you guys.
Well,
But,
yeah, I think, I mean, even, I don't know, that's 22 pounds is
yeah.
a lot. Especially in just over 2 months?
Yeah. It's
half
pretty
months.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that leaderboard push helped.
Right. Right. And I mean, he had to have been walking every day for that.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Congrats, by the way, Marlov. That's
Yes. Congrats, Marlov.
an
You
amazing
are who I
accomplishment.
was rooting for the most. He's so wholesome and sweet, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And honestly, he does so much for the
yes.
wiki. He is so generous and
Yes.
really is so fair with everything. And so it just felt like very deserved. He totally deserved that.
Yeah. And I remember
That's a lot,
hearing
but
him say at one point a long time ago, at least I think I remember hearing him say that he didn't think he had any shot at a top 5 because he just doesn't hunt that much or something. Like he had just said that. I feel like he said something like that. He didn't expect to be at the top of the leaderboards at any time. So I'm glad that he definitely pulled that one out.
yeah.
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 So, did you see any cool stuff on your walks this week?
I kind of did.
Yeah.
So, and I posted it in Discord actually, because I took a picture while I was walking with the dogs. Because I saw this guy, I mean, he like stuck out like a sore thumb. So it was this little, not little, I'm sorry, take it back. It was a big beetle. And it was like black and white. And at first I kind of thought it was a moth. Like I was a little nervous it was going to fly away by the time I like got my camera ready and stuff. But it was like this huge black and white beetle that had almost moth looking wings like on its back and these huge long antennas, or as I think that's what they call them on beetles. And it was so cute, like perfectly symmetrical black and white spots, like just the cutest beetle I've ever seen.
He is cute.
Right?
So, wait, okay. Is he like the size of like your thumb, maybe? Or
like your full thumb, like the full thumb. Yes, that's accurate.
I feel like I've seen one of those before, like right when I first moved to Oklahoma, like 12 years ago, and I thought they were normal to see. I'd first moved here, and when I first moved here, I kind of lived in the woods. We were staying. I was staying with friends that had a house, and until I found a place, and they had this gorgeous acreage. Like we would see deer and raccoon and turkeys all the time. But I saw a beetle like that, and I thought I was going to be seeing those a lot in Oklahoma because it was like the second day that I was here. I saw one, and I was like, man, Oklahoma's got cool bugs. And then I never saw one again.
Oh man,
that's the only one I ever saw. So yeah, and it looked a lot like that. It might have been the same kind. I just remember like a black and white striped, almost like a zebra beetle. Like that's what my head called it, was a zebra beetle.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was the first time I've ever seen anything like that out here. Like I've definitely seen very beautiful beetles, but they're more like they have a really shiny emerald kind of oil slick color, or like
red. June bugs.
Yeah. Well, June bugs are not cute, but
no, they're not. But they're the oil slick, or at least they are here. Yeah.
Ours are like brick colored.
Oh, we have those too.
Oh yeah, those are what our June bugs are out here. They're like very annoying and dumb and like just run right into your face.
Yeah. Well,
but this one,
I mean, in California, you guys don't have cicadas, do you?
In the desert we do.
Okay. Because I'd rather have just June bugs run into your face than a cicada.
Yeah.
Like here, those happen.
And they're loud. They're super loud, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And they fly like June bugs. Like they have no sense of direction. They literally just go until they smash into something, and they go another direction.
And then smash into something again. It's like bumper cars.
So I got this new interesting bug in my backyard this year. And he's definitely new this year. He was not there last year. And so
It's like
I
not
looked,
invasive.
well, I looked him up. He's called a tarantula hawk.
Okay, no. No. Hey.
So he's not a tarantula. He looks like a really large wasp, but he's bright like cobalt blue.
Oh, pretty.
Like dragonfly blue, but he looks like a really large wasp. Um
I've
so
never seen such a thing.
have you ever seen a cicada killer or a cicada hawk? Okay, well, it's
No.
similar to that. Like, I think they're like the same. They're close to the same, but tarantula hawks are bigger. It's like a wasp. It's probably,
Ah!
I want to say his body is probably longer than my pinky. Probably the size of my middle finger. He's like the size of my middle finger.
Huge.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you guys off, but yeah. And they're not aggressive at all towards people.
Okay.
They have like little holes in the ground, like they live in the ground in these nests. And what they do is when cicadas come out, they go and capture the cicadas and then lay their eggs in the cicada and bring it into their nest. So that's what cicada hawks do. Tarantula hawks do that with tarantulas,
Okay.
but we don't have like the desert, like the country has tarantulas. I've never seen a tarantula in the city, but I'm sure that the tarantula hawks do the same thing with cicadas. I don't know why it would be any different. But so they are big enough to fly and carry a cicada.
Jesus.
And yeah, it's crazy. And I
Oh
love them
gosh.
because they take the cicadas away, and the cicadas just drive me freaking crazy.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, I'm happy with you guys. You're pretty, and you can also
Yeah,
take care of
he's
the
super pretty.
nuisance in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and then like last night I was sitting out back, and I heard this like sound, almost like if you hear like a squirrel or something like chewing on a nut or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything, and then I saw him on the ground, like right by his nest, and he was like, I don't know, doing something on the ground. He was making so much noise, and he was just like scratching at something. But yeah, they're.
Who knew?
But he was so pretty, and he's been around for like a month or two at this point. So I think he's here to stay.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we've got plenty of cicadas for him to, well, I guess maybe her, if he's like.
Sure.
They. I don't know how
Do we
they
think
work.
do we think it's by itself? Maybe it has
don't
a
know.
family? Maybe it's working on a family?
Looks like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyway, so.
It sounds like Zenny has some cicada killer bees.
Cicada killer bees. Yeah.
No, seriously. And so,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
we have a few holes in our yard from them. They're big, but generally leave us alone. Oh,
Yeah,
No, thank
everyone's got different names for them. I mean, I figured out what they were by taking a picture and Googling it and whatever. But yeah, they're like cicada hawks, cicada killers. I guess then he calls them cicada killer bees. Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating.
Yeah.
I love bugs from afar.
Yes, I agree with
I
you.
just don't like them when they're flying around my face.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Right?
We've had some yellow jacket issues lately. I got stung the other day when I was mowing the lawn. My boyfriend's had to spray like, I think we found like 6 different nests, like on our house. We had to spray. One was like over where I hang out in the backyard. So the first thing this morning, I'm like, babe, forget your coffee for a minute. Come spray this nest because I won't do it. I'm the one that always gets stung. No one else in this house has been stung in this house. And I'm just like, if I spray the nest, they're all going to come after me. So someone else has to do it.
Yeah. It should just be a rite of passage. Right?
Yeah.
Wow. So it turns out I actually had, there was a hunter in Discord when I had posted this picture who kind of helped because I mean, everybody was kind of interested in the zebra beetle. So they said they thought it was a banded alder borer, a member of the longhorn beetles, which is what it looks like because it has, I mean, its antennas are like bigger than its body. So that
Okay.
was helpful.
Do you
A
have
longhorn beetle.
do you have any alder trees in that area? Or would you recognize an alder tree if you had one?
I wouldn't. You'd have to
No.
tell me what an alder tree looks like. I mean, in this
Honestly,
picture,
I don't
he's
know
sitting on
alder
a
trees.
bush.
Yeah. Well, like an
All sorts of
alder
trees, though.
borer would tell me that that is a beetle that bores into the tree and makes its nest like in under the bark, and those are really bad for trees usually.
Trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go out cutting down trees, we find a lot of completely dead trees with tons of boreholes from beetles. Probably not that kind of beetle, just because I've only seen one of those once. But yeah. Also, I don't know that we have many
Oh,
alder trees.
that I meant to ask you too, because another interesting thing that I saw on our walk, and it might have been last week, and this might be repetitive for people who saw this picture, but on Ocean Avenue where we walk, we have the big palm trees that everywhere, going
Yeah.
all the way down the street. But then there's another tree growing like on the side of the palm tree, and it's a completely different species of tree. What the heck?
Like out of the palm tree?
Like literally on the side of it. Like it's almost as if I don't even know how this is possible. Like part of it is maybe like 10%, 15% of the tree is sticking out from the palm tree, and I can only imagine that the remaining percent is inside of it.
Huh.
I have no idea. I need to send you a picture so you can get a
Yes.
visual of this, because like Marvin's in the picture and even he looks like a little questionable, like what's happening here? It's really cute, but I have never seen a tree grow inside of another tree that is like a completely different species. It's
Oh,
so bizarre.
I see that happen all the time, but I
Okay, so
don't think
that's
I've ever
common,
seen it with palm trees.
right?
Yeah, like so if you can graft anything on to anything, like not anything, but close to anything onto anything. I actually watched this whole crew take what was it? There was like a grapefruit. No, was it grapefruit? Some kind of citrus orchard. And they
Okay.
topped all of these trees. They just cut them all down. Not totally down. They left kind of like
A
maybe like a
stump.
4-foot stump. And then they
Okay.
cut into the side of it. And then they took. Oh, the dogs are invading my room somehow. How did you guys open the door? Okay. Somehow my dogs have learned to open doors.
We're coming in, Mom.
Yeah. I
They're
might
just
have
preparing
to
for fireworks.
yeah, I might have to kick them out in a bit. But so they cut into the tree and they took branches of Meyer lemons and stuck the branches of from a Meyer lemon tree into the other tree and like wrapped it up and then turned that tree into a Meyer lemon tree, even though it was a
What?
different kind of tree. Yeah. And you can
That's
do that because
crazy.
the initial tree just acts like a root system kind of for the new thing.
So it doesn't actually recognize, like, it doesn't have how would I describe this? Like a chromosome sequence or some sort of
Yeah.
DNA that's like, oh, if you put something foreign in me, I'm just gonna die or I'm gonna kill it. You know what I mean?
There are some things that probably aren't compatible.
Okay.
But I mean, it's really just like it's almost like planting a tree. Instead of planting it in dirt, you're planting it in another tree, and so it gets the water
That already
and
has
nutrients
roots.
out of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
No,
like
it makes perfect sense.
it's somewhat a parasitic relationship. Depending on what's growing out of it, like because there is some like weeds that will grow out of good trees. Like you'll see suckers coming out of trees all the time. Sometimes they're the same kind of tree, and sometimes they're something different, and they're obnoxious. So Surge Storm says there's a tree in the historic part of St. Augustine that has a hybrid tree called the love tree. One is growing out of the other, and legend is if you kiss under it, your relationship will last forever.
How
Interesting.
romantic.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I freaking love trees, by the way. Oh, somewhat tangentially related. I know a lot of people have already watched this because it was like #1 on Netflix for a long time a while ago, and I just finally got around to watching it. But if you get a chance, watch Fantastic Fungi on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't. Okay.
It's so good.
I'm going to add that to my list tonight, actually.
Yeah, it was so good. It really was.
Wow.
And we didn't realize, like, we're big Trekkies, and we've been watching the new Strange New Worlds.
Yep.
Oh wait, it wasn't on Strange New Worlds. It was Discovery, on Star Trek Discovery. The guy that runs the Spore Drive, Paul. Now I'm gonna forget his name. Anyway, the guy that runs the Spore Drive on Star Trek Discovery is named after the guy in Fantastic Fungi. He's like this mushroom specialist, like expert guy. And because it's the Spore Drive, which runs off the mycelium network, they named him after that guy. Yeah.
That's cool.
It was really interesting.
Don't you love it when things come full circle like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that just reminded me, actually, if maybe, well, I don't know how Bearded Ant Hunter, I know that he focuses on ants specifically, but he might have been able to help with this beetle identification. Oh. So I'll have to send him a picture too and be like, hey, do you know anything outside of this? Like,
so is that the reason for his name? Is he specifically interested in ants? Oh, cool.
Yeah, he studies them.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? What a cool job.
Yeah. Well, he should come hang out with me. I constantly have sugar ants crawling on me when I sit outside. Like, they literally are just like, I'm constantly flicking them off of my legs. They're just everywhere.
You're just so sweet, Korkio. They love you. Yeah, he could probably give you some tips on how to maybe deter them or something. I don't know. Worth a shot.
Yeah. I mean, I spread like diatomaceous earth everywhere on my patio recently because we had so many earwigs and other random beetles, but that didn't seem to stop the ants. I was hoping it would, but it didn't. So
they are persistent,
I guess
guys.
So. Yeah.
Well,
Stu asked, is this a new segment, Weird Bugs We Found This Week?
Yeah, you know, we're just basing it off of your guys' weird YouTube searches, okay?
Yeah, and it's better than telling you the graphic details of the completely squashed armadillo that I saw when I was walking. So.
Oh, I was just going to ask you, did you see any cool bugs while you were doing your walking quest this week? But you saw an armadillo that was squished like a bug.
Oh my God. And it was a big, chunky armadillo. Like, he took up a large amount of real estate on the road. Not a pleasant sight. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason, like, I don't know whose job it is to clean up roadkill. But that person is not doing their job because roadkill stays on the road for like a week around here. A full ass week.
You like literally are at that point like naming the dead animal on the road. Like, come on, guys, get out of here.
Yeah. Like, I get to know the maggots and name them even at this point. It's like, please.
Oh my God.
You'd think with the amount of wildlife we have around here, like we have vultures, hawks, we've got like all kinds of like we have cats, like cougars and mountain lions and shit. You'd think that one of those things would eat it, but no. It just stays there.
Like, please.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if that's interesting that the carcasses just go untouched, because it makes me think that other animals in the area are just like either too spoiled with whatever else they're eating that they don't care for that little stuff, or there's something wrong with the prey, you know, like it's putting off I don't know.
Maybe it's like
the natural selection process isn't working as it normally should. What the heck is happening?
I don't know. It's putting off a Darwin scent. I was too dumb to not cross the road, so don't eat me. I'm dumb meat. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Don't lose it.
Don't eat me, I'm done meat. Hi, Rudy Tooty.
Oh,
We're just talking about bugs and wildlife here.
Rudy was in Oklahoma this week.
Shoot, that's right.
He messaged me when he was driving through Oklahoma City to ask about the yellow vaults, and I was trying to tell him to come hit my vaults, but he was a little busy. He was going down to Texas, I guess, and yeah, and I guess Zach came through too and never told me. I found out by listening to his show. Yeah, I was like, dude.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
Yeah, I was like, you can't let me know that you're here. Like, I would have driven to come meet you in Tulsa. He's like, well, what if I let my wife know that I'm meeting a friend? You know, her first question might be, is it male or female? I was like, tell your wife you're meeting your freaking tax accountant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the moment she knows that it's about Coin Hunt World, she'd probably cut you some slack.
I mean, she and I have chatted a bunch. Like, we're working on their taxes. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, I've talked with her.
That's funny.
So it's not like I'm some stranger. She doesn't have any clue who I am, you know? But whatever. He was busy. I get it. But.
Oh, hey. Wait. Rudy Tooty. Wait, his mom is Susan the Spatula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, I will. I need to know everything. I get overwhelmed with my own thoughts. I have to take a breath.
Yeah.
How come, first of all, why didn't you go to Thailand?
Yeah, right?
Did you stay behind to make a leaderboard push? Is that what you were doing in OKC?
I
wish I could have.
Okay. OKC, thanks. Yeah, I wish I could have not. I'm guessing he said hit your vault. He tried to say hit your vaults. Don't have much extra leisure time. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and it's.
I was joking about what?
I can't believe they both drove all the way down here because it's like an 8-hour drive. And then if he continued on to Texas, I'm pretty sure it would have been Dallas. Dallas is another 2.5 to 3 hours. So that was a lot of driving just to fill some stuff.
Oh, does that mean Texas is about there?
I don't know. I didn't stay on top of it.
I wonder what their vault status is.
But I have to say, Rudy, I appreciate how you went about the whole thing by messaging the Okies and checking on, you know, our view of the yellow vaults and letting us know you were going to hit them, you know, and because the Okies initially, we made a pact specifically to not go and fill the Tulsa vaults on our own, the Tulsa cranes on our own, because we figured it didn't make sense for us to go do it. Like there's no one in Tulsa playing really. And then we knew that eventually one of us would want to go and do a leaderboard push. So we're like, we'll save it. And then if anyone wants to go put resin in it, we'll all talk about it and we'll, like, you know, make sure everyone's cool with it. And if anyone needs to get, like, a construction QB blueprint, you know, then they'll have a heads up and they can go do that. So Rudy talked to us first before, you know, putting resin in our cranes, and that was cool. Zach just sneak attacked and filled them. And I was like, dude, even after, like, we weren't going to have a problem with it, but just, like, let us know. And then, like, after he filled them, obviously we can't do anything about it at that point anyway, but, like, let us know that you filled them so that if any of us were going to go there, and we know that they're full, but he didn't.
No one's going to waste their time. Yeah.
It's okay. I still love you, Zach, but come on. Communicate. What is it with men and communication?
Rookie mistake. Well, so does that mean Oklahoma, all of Oklahoma's vaults are filled then, yeah?
Yeah.
With that, did he fill it all the way?
Yeah. Both Tulsa ones, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, the Oklahoma City ones were complete for a while, so. Yeah. So Rudy says, I have 2 kids that couldn't have made the Taiwan trip. Bummer. That would have been an awesome trip for them, though.
Yeah.
But that would have
What
been an
a-
expensive trip.
I don't know how old your kids are either. If they're not going to remember it, then who cares? Yeah. Don't waste the money. Makes sense.
Yeah.
How was Texas though, Rudy Tootie? Did you give up? Oh, wait. So yeah, it was 8.5 hours, he said, to get to Fort Worth. Added an extra 2 hours by walking about 30 minutes at each yellow vault. Nice. So can
How
you
was
give us
the
an
traffic
update?
down there? The traffic is always a nightmare in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, that system hasn't been figured out yet, huh?
Oh my gosh. There are way too many people in Texas.
Yeah.
Too many.
Uh-huh.
But they can stay there. Don't like, crowd up Oklahoma. We're good.
Yeah, just stay there. Stay put.
Yeah. Rudy says, yes, both Tulsa vaults are complete.
What about Texas? Texas was great, trip was a glass. Okay, cool. Yeah, but what about the vaults?
Oh yeah, did you
There are so many vaults there.
There are.
So
And I heard some of them are behind like a paywall.
Mm. Didn't we count like 8 of them? I could check the wiki right now, but I swear there's like 8 vaults in Texas itself, but that I don't.
Texas is a really big
just
place.
went to Fort Worth. Yeah, if you just went to Dallas, then it would have been quite a feat to do all of them. The botanical garden. It looks like we gotta update the wiki.
Right?
It still says that 40. I have a feeling that's not the case.
I can't imagine driving that far just to fill a vault. Like,
Okay.
man, I had 2 vaults like within a 15-minute drive of me, or 2 cranes within a 15-minute drive of me when I like started, and they stayed cranes for a few months. I wasn't even that interested in filling those.
I think whenever you do decide to make a push, then all of a sudden you want to know where all of the vaults are that are closest to you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even have like New Mexico vault on our radar, because we don't even touch New Mexico. Like, we don't share a border. So, and then we ended up going there and filling a couple cranes. So you never know what Coin Hunt has in store for you.
Yeah, so Rudy says, I only filled 500,000 at Fort Worth, so it's now at 90%.
Woo
Wow.
woo! Nice.
Wow. I'm surprised he didn't fill it all the way.
I know, right?
Did you run out of resin? That would be crazy.
8.5 hours to only put in 50K seems like a lot.
500K.
I'm sorry, 500K.
Yeah. Huh. Well.
That's cool though. Zenny said, other than that one and the Fort Worth, that's all the updates I know. Okay. Oh, Space Center is almost filled by a Texas player. No paywall apparently. Nice.
I gotta get there.
Huh?
I love space stuff.
This is nice.
It was interesting. I was watching so my boyfriend and I are really big SpaceX fans. And he follows a lot of the different people with shows like Everyday Astronaut and What About It. And so we were watching Felix on What About It, and I was realizing that anytime a company decides to give the public a view into what they do, but without giving them all the information, kind of like how Coin Hunt does, where we've got Illusion Weaver and the devs like in the Discord like talking about stuff, but we don't get all the information. It really, really creates an active community. Like if you look at SpaceX, there's people that started businesses flying drones just to take photos and video of like what's going on at like the Starship. Why am I all of a sudden losing what it's called? Anyway, and like my boyfriend and I, we drove all the way from Oklahoma City to South Padre, which is like a 10-hour drive, just to
Oh,
go
wow.
see all of the stuff down there. So it really creates like this community of people that are super invested in whatever the thing is. So like SpaceX is like that, Coin Hunt World's like that. If any company really wants to create an active community that does their advertising for them, all they have to do is give that community kind of somewhat free access without giving them all the information, and then the community will do the rest. It's crazy.
Wow. Sounds like you just hit the nail on the head of, I don't know, a really good business model.
Yeah.
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 Wow. Shu said when all of the USA cranes are filled, it would be so cool if somebody did a trip across the country and hit every yellow vault. Vlogging it, of course.
That would be a very long trip.
It would be a long trip. Quite a long trip.
Shu says, Carter Markham says Maine needs a crane, and Shu responds, hashtag cranes for Maines. Like
hashtag Maine crane campaign.
Oh,
is that what it was?
I don't know.
I think that's the official hashtag for the Maine cranes.
Okay.
I'm guessing, Carter, are you Kata?
Yeah, I think that's Kata. Yeah, because
okay.
I think he said Kata is his name with Mainer accent. So Kata. He's Kata.
Kata.
And then I know Absalom is from Maine, so we've got some Mainers.
Yeah.
I don't know
Phoenix
how many.
Too.
Oh, is Phoenix? Yeah, you're right. Phoenix is from Maine.
Yep.
So
whoever talks about Maine crane campaign.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had that many Mainers. At first I thought it was just Absalom. So yeah, I guess
I do think
growing.
It's a little silly that they don't have a crane though. Like to be an entire state and not have one seems a little unfair, but I don't know. Yeah. Are they the only state that doesn't have a crane that we know of? Or
I don't think Rhode Island has one, but I mean, it's not that big of a place.
Are there Rhode Island?
Yeah, there was one really active one when I first started playing, and I actually chatted with them a lot because we were trying to brainstorm where a yellow vault might be. And then they kind of fell off. Like I haven't seen anything from them in a long time. But then there's someone in the Facebook fan group that's from actually where I grew up in Rhode Island, the southern part of Rhode Island. And so it's interesting to see them kind of talk about where they go, but at the same time, like all the Facebook crowd is kind of like much lower key than the rest of us. Like they're very
secondary.
In an inoffensive way, they're very beginner level. They're not like full on obsession like the rest of us.
Well, and we know that because if they were full on obsession, they'd be in the Discord and they'd dump the Facebook group.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fair enough.
But yeah, one thing we kind of figured out, if there was one in Rhode Island, which now we know because Illusion Weaver put that list out, that there wasn't one in Rhode Island. But we thought there might have been one, like, if anyone knows New England, the mansions in Jamestown, which is like, there are these multiple giant mansions that are actually kind of like museums at this point.
Okay.
And
historical landmarks.
Or sorry, I said Jamestown, Newport, the Newport mansions.
Okay.
The thing is, in order to get to Newport, I think it's like $8 worth of tolls. No one drives to Newport unless they have to, like if they work there or if they live there. But people that live there don't leave the island because Newport's kind of like an island in Rhode Island. And you have to like take a bridge, and the bridge is freaking expensive. The people that live in Newport are either way too rich that they don't give a crap about this stuff, or they're drunk all the time, and they never leave the island, and people that live in the rest of Rhode Island don't go to Newport. It's like if there's a yellow vault
in between.
Yeah, if there's a yellow vault in Newport, it will literally never be found ever.
Man.
Yeah. So
there's probably one there.
Well, I think at this point we know where they all are, don't we? Or we still have some confusion about where they are.
No, I think you're right. I don't know. See, now Zenny's like, are there any unknown cranes in the USA? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But maybe, I think what my brain is saying is that there's only one and it's in Canada, not the US.
Right, because Canada has one they haven't found. That's right. Yeah.
But Rudy Tooty also said that Iowa doesn't have one either. So, okay, fair enough. Not every state has one.
I don't know that we necessarily have any Iowa players. I know we have a Nebraska player, right?
Do we?
Yeah. Who is it that has the corn on the cob QB?
Yes, Harris.
Harris. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Duh. I just think about that.
Yeah.
But
okay, I also cute.
Remember, yeah, I love it. Oh, okay, good. So you saw the corn QB now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so cute. Good job, Kevo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hot said I think they're all found in the USA. Yeah, I think so too. To be honest, I've been using those channels that are in like the community server for like bot commands. Because there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
That
makes sense. Why not?
Right? Not that I use it often. I think I just like used it once before because like nobody's in here. No, and I didn't want anybody to see what I was.
Do you hear it? Mine's whining too. I can hear Marvin barking, but Brewski's over here like, Mom, hang out with me.
He's attention to me. I'm right here.
He's normally not in here, but somehow they figured out how to open the door, so he's here.
That's some smart poppers.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Hot says Jungle Duck is an Alaska player too.
We did have one like really well-known Alaska player back in the day, and then she was cheating, remember?
Oh, was this the blonde? Wait, who was this?
Yeah, blonde bombshell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently she was the same person as the person that lives in Tennessee, and yeah, I thought, and she was actually planning to come to Oklahoma City at some point. I thought she was super cool, and then nope, turns out she was a cheater. So yeah.
Cheating's not cool.
Yeah. So. So
we're not doing bombshell beans today.
Interesting things that I saw while hunting. Oklahoma City, specifically my neighborhood, has a new hunter.
Oh, exciting!
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I mean, I know who they are because I searched them on Twitter, but like, this person wasn't referred by anyone.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so his name is Frankie Perfect.
I love that name.
And his first vault that I saw was right in front of a 10 gym. And then his second vault, and they were dozers that I filled but didn't fill. I'll explain that in a second. His second one was at a Chase Bank. The first one that I saw, like, I got so excited. I immediately searched him on Twitter, and I found him. And his Twitter... when I go back in the history, like there were no Coin Hunt World posts because he didn't have any user vaults yet. And he didn't seem to tweet anything, but I could tell it was him because it said Oklahoma City. And his history was all of these other like promotional, like share to earn things. Like,
okay. So
check out
Reddit.
Yeah, it was like, check out this app I use to earn this. Or like, he was advertising the rewards from doing searches on Bing, like Zach talks about. Okay. Like, Bing will give you rewards if you actually use it. Like, that's how desperate they are. So he was advertising that. So
Do you use Brave? Do you use Brave?
No, I should.
Okay.
I hadn't gotten around to it.
I can get down with Brave. I could, yeah. Bing,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's crypto, but yeah, I could see it. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. Although, like, but what you're saying is essentially like faucet stuff, right?
Yeah. Pause for a second. Are you guys are you saying the 50-50 United States in the comments?
Yes. And then Kevo Strings out of nowhere saying Polly Pocket.
Yes, Polly Pocket. That's that was Blonde Bombshell's other name.
Oh wow, that just came full circle.
Yeah.
Wow, my mind's blown. I didn't know that little piece of information. I really thought this person still existed. Although I did think that Polly Pocket person, it felt a little stock imagey on whatever their profile picture was.
Yeah.
But you never know. I don't know.
I'm so happy you guys know the 50 Nifty United States song. I randomly started singing that one day in front of my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's a little bit older than me, so I guess his generation doesn't know that song. And he just looks at me and he's like, "Are you singing the states in alphabetical order?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
I love it.
I
could still sing it to this day.
It gets stuck in my head randomly all the time.
Yes. I'm so glad you said that.
Oh my God.
Anytime somebody says Alabama, my mind takes off.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Speaking of Alabama, where are you, Nikki Boo? I don't see you in the chat.
And Fire. Where's Fire at?
Yeah, where's Fire?
But yeah, I mean, we had to learn that song in like, I want to say it was like 3rd or 4th grade or something, and then like perform it in front of the school. Was that your experience too?
I can't remember if we had to perform it in front of the school. I was also thinking though of like, this isn't like the last of where the songs go, because like even learning, I don't know if you took any Spanish in high school.
Oh yeah.
Learning the directions was in a song, and I also think learning the alphabet was in it. Yeah.
Really?
S-H-A-T-F-A. Yes, it was a song.
No, I never learned that one.
Oh my God, I feel like they made everything into a song, which I love that. That's like the best learning tool for me, because clearly, I mean, even still to this day, we're singing the states. So it's an effective learning tool.
Yeah, and it's so handy. I use it all the time. Like when I'm trying to think, okay, what state am I forgetting about? I just run through the song. Or like, you know, oh my God. And then so in the song, I don't know if when you learned it, you did it this way, but whatever state that you're from, like you say it really loud.
Yep.
So like we would get to Rhode Island and we'd scream Rhode Island, which is a weird thing to scream.
It's like the only state with 2 words.
Yeah.
Well, aside from all the news.
And the South is in the South's in the North.
Okay, actually, yeah. What am I saying? What the hell? Okay, totally take that back. I'm very wrong about that.
Well, but it's the only
unique. In that sense.
It doesn't have a directional or age characteristic.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. Shu, did you start that? Because I think all she said was Arkansas, and then
no, someone said Alabama, Alaska.
Alabama, Alaska, and then Arkansas, and I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh man, can you hear Brewski whining at me in the background?
Yeah, but it's like background noise.
Yeah, he's
Brewski, come sit on Mama's lap. We want to see your face.
He hasn't gotten his nails trimmed in a little while. That is not happening.
Please no.
He's just he's jealous that I'm not hanging out with him right now. Great. I'm sorry, buddy. You'll have to wait.
He said, I know your attention is at that screen in front of you, that inanimate object. Can you pay attention to me, please?
Stop, Brew. Go lay down. Go to bed. Anyway, so Frankie Perfect, I tweeted at him and offered, to help him if he needed it. I searched in the Discord and he wasn't there. And then the next day or 2 days later, I guess he had posted something in the Discord saying he needed friends, someone add him as a friend, blah, 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 whatever. And Fire tagged me and said, because he said he was in Oklahoma City, and Fire said maybe Korkio can help you. So I was like, hey, glad you found the Discord, something like that. Like, if you need any help, just let me know. Check out, our lake route. Brewski, stop it.
He's a place.
And then, then I sent him a private message like, hey, I'm here to answer any questions, blah, blah, blah. He never said anything back to me until like this morning. He responded to my message with a wave. Like, that's like, I'm like, dude, you've got like the best resource right here. I can tell you how to make all the money. And you're just like, bleh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like you said, the Okies are
we're laid back.
Laid back. Yeah. So maybe it's just like, oh, I finally have a day off. It's Sunday. Maybe I'll just wave, see what's up.
Yeah. His I'm kind of interested to see if he comes out of the woodwork, like starts talking, and like maybe like we could have like a local hunter meetup or something, because he's quite interesting. Wait, I'm getting kind of confused here. Do we know who Shu is? Am I lost on who Shu is? Is it someone in the Discord that I just, for some reason, I'm not recognizing because they just waved, and now like I'm thinking this isn't Frankie Perfect, is it?
Shu is always, pretty much a dedicated subscriber of ours.
Okay. Well, I recognize Shu from here, but not from the Discord, I think.
Oh, wait. You're saying Shu waved to you in Discord?
No. Right here. But, okay, anyway. My brain just got really paranoid for a second. Because I was just going to tell you about, so Frankie Perfect's, like, profile picture on Twitter is, like, super dude bro.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like
it's a monster truck or something?
No, he's got like...
Or like physically muscle man.
Yeah. Like he's got like a button down white shirt or something like that, like half off of him, and he's like showing off for the camera. And like I want to say his like description on Twitter was something like, I'm Frankie and I'm perfect or something like that. And I'm like,
hell. Oh my
God. Okay. This is going to be interesting. But I still want to talk to him and get him to put his vaults down on my route.
Right. Okay, well that explains a little bit, I guess. Maybe I'm not gonna say anything in case I watch it a later time.
That's why my brain got paranoid for a second when I just saw the wave. I was like, wait a second, is he here? Is he gonna? Then I totally forget that we're recording this and he can find it later and whatever. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just curious. I swear, Frankie, perfect. Yeah. I'm sure you are perfect, but.
Shoot, I'm surprised you just got green name today. So this is your first day in Hunters Hangout.
That would explain why means. I don't really know who Shu is, because I very rarely go into Hunters or into beginner chat unless I'm like sharing a message about the show.
The stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? It's funny though that we're talking about this because DZ from the Berg. Mm-hmm. Pennsylvania hunter, obviously, from Pittsburgh. A new hunter that Beats recently, befriended and kind of, I guess, took underneath his wing. Made a global push this month and achieved that global push. I think he ended at 5 or 4. I can't
One of
recall.
those two. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the two. And hadn't even hit Hunter's Hangout yet.
That's crazy.
And I was like, dude, we got it. I was in the Discord like trying to chat him up so he would get to Hunter's Hangout before that podium, you know? Yeah, like, that. Okay, we got it. Like, just keep talking to me. I don't know. I'd send one message at a time, whatever it takes. But crazy to me that you're like in the global top 5 and not even in the Hunter's Hangout.
I had a lot of fun with that. Like back when they first started that Hunter's Hangout thing, I remember like, because that's back when I was in the Discord a lot. Because I didn't have as much going on. And I would just sit there in beginner's chat, like chatting people up like, hey, like tell me about yourself so we can get you there. Like I was just like helping people like move up the ranks. And did you happen to see
super helpful.
Beats hit level 50 in the Discord?
Oh no, I didn't. Does that get you something? Is there another channel we don't know about?
That's what he was looking for. He went and looked to see if there was another secret channel. I don't think he found one.
Can we start one?
Right? That would be crazy.
I do think we need maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not a level 51.
Eventually, when Apple gets approved, I think we'll definitely need like one more.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, OG sector or just hardcore Hunter Hangout.
Like if they can do something based on how long you've been in the server instead of what your rank in the server is. Like if you've been in the Discord for a year, you would be approved for, you know, the next one. Instead of doing it like level whatever, if it was like time based, because
like the more talkative you are.
Yeah, because Beats is ranked or is level 50, and I checked mine. I actually got a notification recently for mine. I'm only level 25, which is still pretty high, but like but it's
surprising,
not 50. But Beats is in there nonstop all the time, so. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Now we've got Anchorman.
Yeah, we had it
in the chat.
Well, I couldn't resist. But shoe. I love shoe. I love lamp. I'm glad you know what I was quoting though.
Yeah, that's kind of like movie quotes are kind of my like movie quotes and song lyrics like get stuck in my head. I used to talk mostly in movie quotes, so.
I love lamp.
It was funny. I was talking to some of the UK hunters. I think maybe it was Snorri, and they were like talking about Ollie G, Borat, you know, Sacha Baron Cohen and his things. And
probably
so
was a loopy Luke.
And then we were throwing like Ollie G in the house quotes back and forth, and they were like really shocked that Americans would know about Ollie G, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I can literally I can recite the entire movie. Like every single line in that movie. I've probably seen it like 30 to 40 times. Yeah.
It is hilarious.
Yeah. And Ollie G, the character Ollie G was actually what do they call it? Like at a graduation ceremony for a college, the like invited speaker. He was the speaker.
Keynote speaker, or are you talking about like valedictorian?
No. I get not like a keynote, kind of like a keynote speaker, but there's like a name for it. I can't remember. Anyway, he was invited to be the speaker at Harvard's graduation back in like 2004 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Like,
well, did you also see, I'm sure you've seen Mean Girls, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like a full, character that they like recreate and kind of reference to in Mean Girls, I'm pretty sure God, it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but isn't he the same guy that's supposed to play like Ali G? Does the
remember.
speech? I need to rewatch the movie, damn it.
Yeah. Yes, it's called Ollie G Into House. Into House is one word. It's like Borat, but not like Borat. So it's a ridiculous, cringy comedy, but it's made to prove a political point. Not just, yeah. Yes, it was also an HBO show, but I personally think the movie is way better than the show. I saw some episodes of the show, and it's pretty good, but the movie is just awesome.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Goodness.
There's like, just like you were with like Alabama, I have that with quotes from that movie. Like there are just some words, like hippopotamus is one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a point in that movie where the two rival gangs from East Staines and West Staines are like going back and forth, and they make a joke about one's mom being the size of a hippopotamus, and just the way he says hippopotamus, it's just like anytime anyone says hippopotamus, my brain just goes to that, and that's all I can think about.
Oh my God. Wait, I think I might watch that tonight.
You need to watch that tonight.
I'll come back. What was the other thing that I needed to watch?
I don't know, but
I've already forgotten.
that
we were talking about earlier.
Fungi.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, I have to write this stuff down or else it escapes my brain so quickly.
Yeah. And you did watch Idlewild, right?
Yes. Oh my God. I don't think we even actually talked about it on the next stream.
I don't think we did either.
Loved it though. I did my homework. I literally did my homework like 2 days after our stream. I was like, okay, I started my, I think it's on Stars. Started a Stars trial on my TV just to watch the movie. And I think I watched it twice because I loved it so much the first time. I watched it without Marvin's house and he got all upset. And I was like, it actually was really good. We could watch it again. So, yeah, I loved it. Loved it. The dancing was insane. I just like how you said, like, it was more in the perspective and like through the eyes of the creative mind of Andre 3000. And you could totally tell that. Him. Yes. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. The way scenes were cut and, certain things were accentuated and it was just, I thought it was
and just
fabulous.
Like the emotion on his face which like to anyone that doesn't know him might see it as a lack of emotion, but you can see him. Like my boyfriend hates that movie. He thinks it's stupid because he doesn't get them. Will you stop whining at me, sir? He makes fun of how much I like it, like jokingly. He makes fun of how much I like it, and he doesn't understand like that. Those of us that love Andre 3000 can like we don't see how bad the acting is. I don't think the acting is that bad. I mean, granted, I know logically the acting isn't good.
Sure, yeah,
but I still think it's wonderful, and it doesn't trip me up because it's them. And like I get them and I understand them. So
see, and the funny thing to me was like I felt that Big Boy had more of a like screen time after that movie, right? Where Andre 3000 maybe didn't have so much screen time, and I thought Big Boy was kind of like his acting was a little meh.
Andre's always been my favorite.
Andre is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just didn't get that because I'm like, wait, why? What? There's a huge oversight here. You guys think we're missing something.
I'm definitely more of a Love Below than I am a Speaker Box, even though I love both. Sure. I am more the Love Below. And
I can feel that.
It blows my mind that Big Boy still, I mean, it doesn't blow my mind that Big Boy still has a successful career. It blows my mind that we don't see Andre anywhere.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. I miss just like, yeah. Outcast in general hasn't really what
Well, now
happened.
it's just Big Boy. And I
I
always,
haven't even listened to anything like I don't think new from
yeah.
well, wait. I have to I before I say anything, I don't know actually. So
So
like what's
ever
the last thing they
since,
put out? Something's recent, I feel. Right?
I have no clue. But ever since I saw that movie, I really don't think of him as Big Boy anymore. To me, he's the rooster.
The
Like,
rooster.
I always just think of him as Rooster
Yeah.
because I've only ever seen, like, when someone talks to him, like, I've never seen him in person or watched anything else with him. So, like, the only time I've ever seen anyone talk to them, they called him Rooster. So that's
Yeah.
the name that sticks in my head.
It makes
But
perfect sense. Yeah.
so if you were able to appreciate that, there's another movie that
Mm-hmm.
I love that is this one I can admit it's not a good movie, but I love it. So I
I
don't know
don't
if
even
you
really care. I feel like movies are like wine. Like it's all subjective.
it's
It
an
really
expression of
depends
art.
because
Can
it's
you
an art.
appreciate the art?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like there's not good and bad movies. I mean, there's box wine and then there's vintage, Brunellos that you don't mistake the two, but like, you
I
know,
would.
well, okay, for example, like you don't see the Titanic and walk out and think, wow, that wasn't really that great.
Oh, I
You
hated
know
that
what I
movie.
mean? What?
I hated the Titanic. Oh my god.
What's
That's
a movie
another
that I hate that's a classic?
that's
That
the
was
other thing.
a poor
My
use.
that's a movie disagreement my boyfriend and I have. This is a fight we have, a fake fight we have all the time. Brewski.
Well,
He also hates the Titanic.
wait, he does or you do?
Brewski.
Oh,
Who's
Bruce.
barking his little freaking head off right now.
Oh,
No,
well,
because he's a
I think,
huge James Cameron fan, which I get. I like James Cameron, but
yeah.
oh my god, I hated that movie so much. I hate the Titanic, and I hate the frickin' Celine Dion song in it, and I hate it. I hate all of it. It drives me
Fair enough.
batty.
Okay,
And
what's
it's
a
probably
classic
because it
movie
was
that you
so
do
huge.
like? Probably.
Classic movie that I do like. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, fantastic. Yes,
Yeah.
perfect example.
Yes.
Nobody's going to watch that movie and say, meh. Like,
Also not true.
God damn it, your boyfriend?
No, like, younger people that don't get it. They're like, oh, it's black and white. Like, my boyfriend's kid watched it and was like, this movie is stupid. It's like,
Oh, dude. But are they going to feel, I don't know if he's going to feel that way in like, 5 years when
yeah,
he's
a kid,
matured a little bit
so,
and could appreciate it, right?
yeah. So
I was really curious. I'm looking up on Spotify right now, the last thing that Outkast came out with, because I'm like, wait, have they come out with anything new?
well, Kata said, I heard on a podcast preview that Andre 3000 was taking a break to focus on himself. I am going to take a 2-second break to put this dog outside.
Actually, you want to do a quick BRB? I have to
Yes.
refill my beverage anyway.
All right, you guys ready for a bathroom break? We will be back in
Hello?
like maybe a minute. All right?
Kevo?
Bathroom break.
Where are we?
Oh yeah. Hi guys. And we're back.
Unmute myself.
There we go. I thought for a second my headphones disconnected.
Oh! Kevo's still in here. Came in hot with that bathroom break.
Yes.
Appreciate you. Oh my gosh, it has been so warm here. It's literally like, you probably have the same thing in OKC where your eyes are just like watering all the time and everything is just like, ah.
Yep.
So that was helpful. A little refresh.
Yeah. So what I was trying to talk about before Bruce B so rudely interrupted, another movie, if you like artists for their art and not just like movie quality. Do you know Melanie Martinez?
I don't think so.
She was actually on The Voice. She didn't win The Voice. She actually went out, I don't know, like 4th or 5th or something. But from her initial audition, I immediately fell in love with this girl. Like, half of her hair is, well, at the time was dyed black. The other half was blonde, and it was in like pigtails. Like, she looked like this cute little thing. And then she did her own version of a Britney Spears song. Oh, which one was it? Toxic. I think it was Toxic. But it was like a slow singer-songwriter version of it. And she,
almost like an acoustic.
Yeah, and she played the guitar, and she played a tambourine attached to her ankles with her feet. And it was amazing.
What?
Yes, it was amazing.
That's impressive.
So I fell in love with this girl. I was like, this girl is super unique. She is awesome. Like, so then I've been following her ever since. Her first album came out, and it was like it was a thematic album. Like, it followed a full concept of like this young girl going through life, and her world's kind of a mess, right?
Sure.
I went to a concert of hers. I was the oldest person there that was not a chaperone. It was like, it was a bunch of like 8 to 12-year-old girls. And now, okay, this girl sings really freaking dark music. Like how
you're confused.
And like songs are about how like mom stays drunk to deal with dad having a mistress, and like the newborn baby is still dead, and like it's all like these horribly dark, super emotional, like, but really poppy, catchy songs.
But like real situations. So I mean, I can understand how there's some
she has this
themes out there.
Yeah, she has this one song called Mr. Potato or Mrs. Potato Head about this like lady that just gets a ton of plastic surgery because she wants people's approval, and like it's so good. Like, she's just super unique and creative. She writes all of her music, and she wrote a movie. Like, she wrote the movie and starred in it, and it's, I don't even remember the name of it. I basically just searched it as the Melanie Martinez movie.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote her name down, so.
Yeah. So if you like Lana Del Rey, she's not like Lana Del Rey, but I kind of like, I made this Pandora station that's Lana Del Rey, Melanie Martinez, and Florence and the Machine, and it all kind of really goes well together.
Yeah, that's funny. I have one on Florence on the same, on a similar station.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so she's amazing.
Is she like a little bit more like with an indie kind of flair?
Yeah, she's very like alternative, like like outcasty, not like the band Outcast, but like she's an outcast.
Sure, yeah.
So she plays the like, or her.
I'm thinking like guitar tambourine, but then you also said poppy. Like some of it is poppy.
She's a pop singer technically. Okay. Like that's the category she fits in. I hate pop music, but there are these new artists these days that are like, they are technically pop, but I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like Lana Del Rey is technically pop, but I actually really like her.
Yeah, right? I would throw her into like the indie category almost.
Yeah. Or like Lorde. So Melanie Martinez kind of follows Lorde, like that kind of.
Yes, I'm going to love her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, her movie is really good. You really should watch her music videos when you listen to her music because they're very artistic. But yeah, so you might really appreciate that movie.
I miss music videos.
Okay,
That used
so
to be my favorite thing.
yeah, I know. I loved them too.
MTV, VH1.
So the movie is called K through 12.
Okay.
And it's
How
basically
fitting.
this outcast girl in a school, and yeah. Um, but yeah, it might be good to also watch like her audition on The Voice and stuff like that. See
Get
like
some
how she
backstory.
yeah. And I've
Yeah.
I've been following this girl for years. Like I just fell in love with her, and then I was shocked to see all these young girls listening to this music. I was like, do they even understand what any of this means? How do their parents allow this? Like,
Right.
I would not let. I mean, if my kid understood it and I talked to them about it and listened to it with them, and like, then maybe I would let my kids listen to it.
Informed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give like an informed perspective and
Yeah. But these parents were quite obviously stand in the back of the room, chat amongst themselves while their kids go off and do whatever. And like, it's just,
shocking.
yeah. And so she has this baby girl persona. It's like one of her merch items was like a bling like pacifier on a necklace. Like she puts her hair in pigtails. She wears like foofy like a little cutesy girl, right? And it's like an ironic thing, and it's kind of like
It's
like
a
it's
sense
almost
of
like
symbolism.
yeah, and to see these like little like 10-year-old girls wearing these bling pacifiers, it's like no.
No, that's not the point.
No.
No, you're missing it entirely.
Yeah, and it almost comes across as almost like a BDSM thing a little bit, and I'm like, no, this is not okay. And I was shocked.
Oh my god, that
there was no one
that
else
just
like
reminded me of
me.
Go ahead.
There was no one else like me. Like there was no one my age actually they're enjoying it, and I was like, how? How?
Was this like, do you think this was like one of her first like concert experiences? Like maybe she's getting a sense of her crowd, and hopefully now that
well, she did fine.
At least like her marketing team might know like, hey, maybe we need to like pivot a little bit because like our audience, our targeted audience isn't showing up. But like,
I hope she doesn't, because what she's doing I think is fine. Like I love her thing. It's like
yes, but like her marketing team, I feel
I don't know. Like I didn't hear any marketing for this show. Like I can't imagine they're like advertising it on like the local Disney radio channel or something. Like I don't know how people heard about it, because I found out about it because I follow this venue and I always check where the venue, like who's playing at this venue, and I saw her and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to that. But like there's no way some 10-year-old kids are following this venue's webpage to see what bands are coming, because most of the shows there like, are 21 plus.
Maybe they're doing too much like Instagram marketing, you know, or I don't know. Interesting though. how that works.
Yeah.
Because that's shocking that it's not even a mix.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like, straight up 10-year-old
people that are our age. Yeah, like this isn't Taylor Swift, y'all.
No. Definitely not Taylor Swift. Yeah. So I think honestly, you might like her, but definitely listen to her lyrics. Like they're
intention.
Dark. Yeah. They're dark, but good dark. They're like rich dark. They're like, oh, bitch just said that. She went there.
Hits you in the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the like cutesy air around all of it. Like it's all got this cute baby girl theme to this dark shit, and it's so good.
See, if you didn't give me a name of who you were describing, I'd kind of think that you were talking about like Olivia Rodrigo.
I have no clue who that is.
What? Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay. Last summer, She came out with the driver's license album, and that was what like every fucking radio station was playing.
My radio station don't play that.
Dang it. Okay, so also I was hesitant to listen to her at first because of like she fell into that pop category, and people were you know, associating her with like Taylor Swift and stuff. And then I listened to her music and was like, this is not, some of it's poppy, but most of it is not. And she kind of sings about, I wouldn't say dark stuff because she's still technically like, I don't know, 19 or 20 right now. So, you know, her boundary hasn't crossed that just
Melanie
yet.
Martinez is young too. She was doing that stuff, making that music when she was like, she was still a teenager, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna send you this song because I would be shocked if you haven't heard it yet.
Okay.
But
I'll check it out.
I don't want to sing it because it's I can't my voice. But anyways, she also you may have seen a recent like viral video of her that after the recent Supreme Court decisions, she and Lily Allen. Do you remember Lily Allen?
Yeah, I know Lily Allen.
Okay, so she did Lily Allen like appeared as a guest performer with Olivia Rodrigo, and they sang the famous song by Lily Allen, "Fuck You." And dedicated it to the Supreme Court.
Yes, I actually heard that on NPR one day.
Okay,
they were reporting on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's who I'm talking about. But
okay.
I don't know. I think the young people are sadly enough exposed to way more trauma earlier in life than what we were exposed to.
Yeah.
So that's why I guess I'm saying like I'm not surprised that there is a lot of young girls there. I'm more surprised that we're not more people our age there.
Yeah. Well,
for somebody like this, like,
and I agree with you about the young people. However, watching these young people, that they were not,
they're still acting like children.
It was definitely, hey, we're here to see a pop star. That's all. And it was so sad for
they
Melanie.
Were Swifties.
Yeah, I was like, you poor thing. Like, you deserve a great audience that gets you. Where are they?
Yep. Yeah.
And honestly, like, my boyfriend, the metalhead, likes Melanie Martinez. Like, he enjoys her music. He did not like her movie at all, but he enjoys her music. So, you know, that says something about her, you know, if a metalhead enjoys her, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I still love that your man's loves like lady metal.
Yeah.
I appreciate him for that.
Speaking of music, so I was listening to the playlist and I was walking and this song came on and I was so happy that it was there, and I feel like you need to leave it through the winter.
Forever.
Yeah,
okay.
It needs to come on during the winter so that when I'm walking in the winter, I can hear it. So it was
it reminds you of Island Days or Summer
Kokomo
Days.
by the Beach Boys. Yes, yes. It just it just brought me back to the islands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good walking song too, right? Yeah. Oldie but goodie.
Yes. Yeah, I very much enjoyed that. Very, very much. Yes.
I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, I think I was inspired by it might have been Trash Tubes. Maybe it was Footloose that inspired me to add it. I can't remember exactly, but I was like, for whatever reason, I was like, oh, what's that one song by the Beach Boys? And yeah, it was, oldie but goodie.
That song he added, that On My Way, or
Send Me On My Way. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because we realized that we don't know any of those words because it just sounds like mumbling, I specifically try to pick out the words when I hear that when I'm walking, and sometimes it is still really difficult.
Right? I agree. I was doing the same thing because I looked at the lyrics and 100% correct. Very disappointing. Like,
yeah,
I like my mumbled version so much better.
yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree. But it was like, this still doesn't sound like English. So,
No.
but hey, I can appreciate it either way.
Yeah.
Another art form.
Right. So
well,
did
also
you
too,
add new stuff?
yeah, I was gonna say, I was feeling some type of way this week, and sometimes I just get like the urge to listen to all pop punk. Like one day, I just want to listen to like Taking Back Sunday and Brand New and Census Fail, and what a lot of that isn't pop punk, but kind of falls into that category. But
Yeah.
so I added, I think, 70 times 7 by Brand New, because it's one of their only songs that's not in their feelings and gets like a little bit of a rhythm going and a beat. And I'm still not sure. I don't know how long it'll last on the playlist. And then also Taking Back Sunday. I'm a huge Taking Back Sunday fan. Anytime that they're in LA, I go to see them. Like nearly every single time. And I'll go by myself. I don't care, because I just love them so much. And I'm like that girl in the crowd that's like screaming at the top of my lungs every single word with my eyes closed. Like, don't care who's around me.
That's
so
me at like an Incubus concert or like
311. Yes, exactly.
Ooh,
exactly.
I bet some 311 would sound really good on this playlist.
Yeah, right. And also, honestly, it's like
good beats.
Summertime. It's I've been trying to go like, with the seasons.
Yeah.
Where we can add like a little bit more, like island flair during the summer and stuff. So
yeah, and I was supposed to find a Big Sandy song for the playlist, wasn't I? And I totally forgot. So see, I need to be writing stuff down like you do, because otherwise I forget. I'm gonna just make a note in our show notes that I will look back, and I'm gonna put Big Sandy and 311, and I will add it for next week, and I will find us some songs by them.
Perfect.
We'll add them.
Perfect. Honestly, I didn't do my homework from last weekend either, because I meant to YouTube some Big Sandy and the Fly Right Boys. And I haven't yet.
Yeah.
So right there with you. It's just been a busy week.
Ooh, we've got Harperman. Is this the first time we've had Harperman talk? Because I haven't seen Harperman in here before.
Me neither. Hi, Harperman.
So apparently I got Harperman interested with 311.
And it's funny, Zenny, that you said would be awesome. Down. I don't know if you meant that in like suggesting that song or or like down for it on the playlist. Either way, very appropriate.
Yes. I'm not the type of person to tattoo lyrics to a song on myself, but there are some lyrics to this 311 song that I've always wanted to get a tattoo of. I'm so bad with names of songs, so I don't remember the name of the song, but it's the song about music and how music is their best friend, and music's always there for them and never lets them down. And so yeah, there's this line about how music has always been there, and I kind of just want to tattoo that on me, because I'm like the biggest music fan ever, and like all music except for pop bullshit, but all music.
Even some of the pop bullshit we'll throw in.
Yeah. And every time I see them, I've seen them 311. I've seen them a couple times live. They have so much energy. They are so wonderful. It was actually the first concert that my boyfriend and I went to together. And we met, like when we met, it was talking about concerts that kind of brought us together. Like, that's how we realized we were interested in each other. We both started talking about how much we love live music and how we need someone to go to concerts with, and then we when
Found
we
your
started
forever concert partner.
yeah, and then we talked about that, and then for like the next month we couldn't find any shows to go to. Like, and this was pre-COVID, and there was like just all of a sudden there were no shows, and then we had some like cannabis fest that 311 came to, and so I actually volunteered to work at the festival so I could, because the tickets,
and get your boyfriend in.
well, no, he had to pay because he didn't want to volunteer, but I was super broke at the time, and the only way to see the show was to buy admission to the festival, and the festival admission was like $90. And I was like,
"This is must have had some like heavy hitters on the lineup or something." That's crazy.
It was just a huge
311
cannabis
was
festival.
like Wait, sorry.
It was a cannabis festival, so it was admission for the festival. 311 just happened to be playing, but the only way you got to see 311 is if you went to the cannabis festival. And so
so it wasn't even like I was thinking in my head like, okay, cannabis festival, like maybe that's the name of this music festival, but it's 420 friendly.
No, it was like this huge,
very 420 friendly.
Yeah, it was this huge area like in the woods where they had vendors, they had all different kinds of things you could, like, this was right, I want to say it was like maybe a year and a half or 2 years into medical marijuana becoming legal in Oklahoma. So when it did, it became like this huge thing. Like, it was huge.
For sure.
And still we have like we have the most cannabis businesses per capita of any state currently.
Even California?
Yes. We have way more cannabis businesses per capita than California because it is so cheap to start a business in Oklahoma. It literally costs you $25 to have a business in Oklahoma.
Okay, that makes sense.
California is expensive when it comes to like taxes and licenses and all of that stuff. But yeah, it was just super easy to just like, oh, we're going to start a dispensary. Oh, we're going to start a farm. You know, like all these people did tons of, now they've kind of consolidated and there's like fewer places, like different people bought out other people and whatever, but there's still a lot of business.
The taxes are insane now that they've legalized it. So that makes total sense.
Yeah. So,
wait, do your taxes work the same way there?
I don't know how California's taxes work for it.
Well, do you have, let's start here. Do you have state versus federal tax?
Yeah.
Okay, because some states don't. So, yeah. So it's probably, I mean, once it got legalized, like weed became very expensive.
Oh, it's cheap as shit here.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it go up in price though since it was legalized, or did it stay the same?
Well, I mean, we only have medical legal here. So we don't have recreational legal yet.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry.
But it's still cheap as shit. Like,
okay.
Way cheaper than like the illegal dude on the corner used to be.
Right. And you're not, and you know exactly where it's coming from, and it's not
it's
like
great. It put all the illegal people out of business. Yeah. But honestly, the quality isn't as good.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
We're spoiled here in California.
I mean,
anytime I go anywhere else, I'm like,
the quality on lots of stuff is good. The quality on like flour isn't good, but we probably should not be talking about this on a Quinn Oil show.
Fair enough. Okay, back to it.
Anyway, so
Zenny
311.
Zenny said she was part of their fan club, 311's fan club.
Oh, so
which is super cool.
So
just getting us back here.
I don't know if any of y'all, like, I'm guessing Zenny probably has, but I get regular emails from 311 when they're doing stuff. Mm-hmm. They're having a cruise next year. It's a 311 cruise. And it goes to Roatan, Honduras, which is my island.
So we're going, is what you're saying.
I so have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like it is the ultimate cruise.
Next year?
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking it up in my
For
email.
how long?
I don't remember. I don't remember. But
I need to start budgeting now because if Hawaii is happening next month, then
oh,
I gotta
right.
start budgeting shortly after.
Okay. So 311 Caribbean Cruise. March 8th to the 13th, 2023. It's on the Norwegian Pearl, which is awesome. I've always wanted to go on a Norwegian ship. I'm kind of a cruise fanatic. I've been on like 6 or 7 of them at this point.
Wow, I've been on none. So I would be happy to have you by my side. I'd be blessed to have you by my side on my first cruise.
I won't know anything about Norwegian specifically because I've never been on Norwegian, but I've always wanted to because they're pretty good quality from what I understand. But like when I was a kid, the only vacations we went on were cruises. We went on 0 other vacations. So when I was a kid, I went on 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All different ones?
Kind of. We did a lot of the Caribbean, mostly just the Caribbean. And then we did one to Alaska, which was horrible. I do not recommend an Alaskan cruise to anyone.
Sounds freezing.
Oh, yeah. It was bad. It was bad. I mean, if you really want to go to Alaska, which personally, I mean, I'm an outdoors person. I don't even recommend Alaska. I've been there 3 times, I think twice. A total of like a month I've spent in Alaska. I did not enjoy any of it, so I don't recommend it.
And what seasons did you go when you were in Alaska? Like all different ones? Was the sun up for 20 hours or whatever of the day?
So I didn't go in the winter, but I went in June and I went in August. Yeah. June, I believe, was the cruise. August, I actually flew there because my ex-husband, back when he was my boyfriend, was stationed there in the military. And so I flew to go spend some time with him. Walking out of the bar at 2 a.m. and the sun is in your face is not fun.
No. It's the last thing I want to see at 2 a.m.
Right.
Is the sun.
Your body just doesn't know when to go to sleep. You can't. I'm sure people get used to it, but it's dirty. Like Anchorage is so dirty. Yeah. It's just, I mean, once you get out of Anchorage, I'm sure it's gorgeous. And honestly, some of the best beer I've ever had and some of the best sushi I've ever had in my entire life was there. But I'm not a fan of the weather. I love the heat and the sun. I mean, why would I like Alaska?
Yeah, you're right. I'd probably hate it too.
Yeah. Anyway, so so the cruise. So I've been on a handful of Princess cruises and then a handful of Royal Caribbean. You will never catch me on a Carnival ship. That would not happen. And then I probably wouldn't go on Princess anymore. They're kind of geared towards older people, and they're much smaller boats, and they're kind of gone downhill over the years. But Royal Caribbean, like, I am totally against cruising environmentally. They're like the worst thing for the planet, but it is the best way to check out a new part of the world that you've never been to. Because while you're traveling, you can enjoy yourself. You don't have to like be sitting in an airplane or like whatever. You just get on a boat. The boat travels while you're, watching shows, sitting by the pool, all the awesome things, making new friends. And then like you get to a place, you get to spend all day there. If you don't know what you want to do, you can pick from a list of options that like the boat will show you things, like they will take you out on excursions. Or you could go off and do your own thing if you want to do your own thing. And then you get back on the boat, you have dinner, you go to sleep. The next morning you wake up, you're in another place. So it's like the appetizer sampler of vacations. It's like the best of everything. And it's like
cost effective.
Oh my God, it's the cheapest way to enjoy lots of things.
I love an all-inclusive anything. An all-inclusive trip is amazing just for like the cost effectiveness. Is like, look, I don't have to eat at the, I don't know. Whenever I travel, I am so go with the flow kind of guy where it's like, I literally don't care. We could eat French fries for dinner every day. I don't care. I just love being in a new place. And I mean, granted, if I was going to like, I would love to try the cuisine of every, place that we travel to, but I don't know. I have to go on a cruise.
Yes, they're absolutely the best. So that's how I found Roatan, Honduras, because it just happened to be a stop on the itinerary. And honestly, I had
that cruise like for you,
huh?
Like, what was that cruise? Like, which cruise was that? I know you said it like you've done Caribbean, but like where else? Like, what was the final destination for there? Honduras, or was that like one of the top?
That one was interesting because my ex-husband and I planned that trip a year before we went on it, and we decided to get a divorce like 2 months before the trip was scheduled, and we couldn't bring anyone else. Like, we were stuck going together on this trip.
No.
And the him part of the trip was absolutely miserable. It was miserable. He spent like every night I went and saw like a comedy show, or went and saw a magician, or whatever. Like, we would have dinner and I'd go out and I'd enjoy myself. He spent every night in the room reading a book.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, his loss. Sounds like he had a terrible time and you enjoyed it a little bit.
Right. And
because why would you not if you're going?
Exactly. I tried to, like, I spent the time just pretending we weren't getting divorced, just trying to enjoy myself, like,
make the most of it.
Yeah. And he just decided to spend the entire trip being as miserable as possible. So I got the better end of the deal.
Totally.
Yeah. So we went on Royal Caribbean's Enchantment of the Seas, which at the time, Oasis of the Seas? Oasis of the Seas. I've been on the Enchantment, but I think that was before. I can't remember. Their names are mixed up. But at the time, the boat I was on was the largest boat in the world. It was like a small city floating on the water. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And the main goal of that trip, like, so it went to Belize. It went to Costa Maya, Belize City, Roatan, and Cozumel. I might be getting kind of mixed up here, but and it went out of Florida. And so the main point of that trip was to go to Belize, because we had both always heard that, like, Belize is a great place to be an expat. Like, if you've got enough money, you just move to Belize, live there, and there's a good enough population of Americans that you can, get along and whatever. We went to Belize and decided to just, like, get off the boat and check it out on our own instead of doing, like, a ship excursion, because we wanted to see what it would be like to live there. It was disgusting.
Really?
It was so bad. I mean, granted, we were in Belize City, like, which is not where the expats go. The expats go to the Keys, like, off the mainland, which is not where we went. We went to the city. Yeah. I would be happy if I never go back there. Like, but this 311 cruise goes there, so I'd have to go to one of the Keys because, like,
let's make new memories.
Yeah, the people that went to the Keys thoroughly enjoyed their time in Belize, and I mean, we had multiple stray dogs with fleas and things all over them just following us through the city. People started following us. Like, you're walking by people's houses and you can see into them. They're just like these, like...
Yeah, adobes kind of.
Yeah, there's no doors, there's no windows. You can see everything going on in the house. And there's just, like...
That reminds me of when we went
filthy.
Yeah, we went to Panama 2 years ago, like literally right before the pandemic hit. And I'm pretty sure we had COVID before, like, COVID was a thing, because we went to Panama and came back and were so sick. for like a
Yeah.
month.
Wow.
But it was essentially like that. Like, it was gorgeous there, and I would totally go back regardless of, like, it was pretty disgusting. And I, going into it, thought, like, I'm Googling like Panama beaches and stuff like that, right? And you think it's going to be like gorgeous, like kind of how in my head, I think Belize is going to be like beautiful. And you show up and it's like all of the beaches, at least like the parts, we were in Panama City, which is, you know, like the big hub there. The beaches are like unswimmable. People don't go lay out on the beach because they have so much pollution. And it's, yeah. And a lot of, you know, apartments and stuff like that where you can see, and even you jump like one street and you're in like, yeah, just like the ghetto of Panama City on that side. And then, you're right by the beach. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
Well,
And honestly, like the dirtiness of the place wouldn't bother me if the people seemed happy. Like if it was dirty because that's the best they could do and they were happy,
yeah,
then I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Because the energy would be different. But the energy there was just so depressing. Like you could tell no one wanted to exist. It was like, yeah, I don't care to go back. So the Keys. Anyway, so Costa Maya was interesting because it's a brand new cruise stop. So they're just now building it up. It was kind of mostly like little huts along this one strip of road. So they don't have a lot of the cruise tourism money yet. So it's interesting to watch that location get kind of built up and grow. And it was nice. Like the people there were really friendly. I mean, it's not like Cozumel, which honestly, like if I'm going to go to Mexico, I love Cozumel.
Yeah.
But it was still a decent place. I don't recommend it for the snorkeling. There wasn't really any good snorkeling there. But Roatan and apparently Belize, though this is not what I saw in Belize, but Roatan has some of the best snorkeling in the world. I mean, that area right there is the second biggest coral reef in the world after the Great Barrier Reef.
Wow.
And it's like,
wow, bigger than Hawaii?
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Did not know.
It blew my mind the things that we saw there. Like there were parrotfish that were like this big. And like every color of the rainbow. We saw
We have to tell the Brizzle. She's there now. We need her to know that she needs to go snorkeling. I hope she goes.
I'm sure if she's there for vacation in any sense, I mean, that is the main attraction. No one goes there and doesn't snorkel.
Oh, snorkeling? Okay,
yes,
okay.
That is the main, or unless she does scuba diving, that's even better, but I have a fear of drowning, so I don't scuba.
Fair enough.
But I love swimming, so I snorkel plenty. But yeah, we saw octopus, we saw squid. I got to like swim around with squid, and like you eat squid and you're like, this is the most boring, basic thing. It's just white. And then you see them.
Chewy.
They are so beautiful.
Like, and they're so smart.
Really?
They're some of the most...
feel bad.
Oh, dude. So octopi,
I know, are super smart.
Yeah, I mean, their species it's one of the smartest species, underwater species.
Yeah, but squid?
I think they're both, aren't they within that same family?
I don't know, maybe. Someone let us know.
Yeah.
But like
maybe this will be the search term next week.
Yeah. But these squid, like, honestly, their flesh looked like a swimming galaxy. Like it just looked like it was a bunch of like blues and purples, like oil slicked together with like stars on its back. Like it was
straight up supernova.
Yeah, it was
species.
Absolutely gorgeous. And then there were sea turtles swimming with us, and like every kind of fish you can imagine, including like deadly ones. There were lionfish, which our next door neighbor when we were in Roatan like speared a couple of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they're good eating. I ate one when I was in Florida, and they're an invasive species, so it's good to kill as many of them as you can and eat them.
Cool.
It's an interesting story. Apparently, someone in Florida had 4 of them in a fish tank in their apartment, and then a hurricane hit, and those 4 ended up in the Caribbean, and they are taking over the Caribbean from those initial 4 because they have no predators. Yeah. So it's become bad enough that like the Archdiocese of Columbia has actually told their parishioners that on Fridays they need to only eat lionfish. Like it's just
wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my
God. So
that just reminded me though of the have you seen on in Florida there's an outbreak of like African snails that are like huge, the size of dogs. Oh dude.
A snail the size of a dog?
Yeah, they're huge. They're
God.
Big. They're like, I mean, bigger than a chihuahua.
I'm Googling right now.
Yeah, you have to. So
giant African snail.
Florida. It's always fucking Florida.
Wait, I'm seeing them. I'm seeing these in someone's hand.
No. Look, go into like the news. Google search. Are you using Google? Or are you using Bing?
Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing is
so
what
huge.
The hell?
And they're having to like quarantine part of Florida because they carry some sort of Zenny said escargot. That's an cargo. Like straight up cargo
I don't
size.
know. Can you guys, will it show this? Can you see that image that I'm seeing?
Hardly. I wish. Can we have to figure out a way to image share on our on our
it's actually really cute.
Oh yeah, I mean I love snails, but when they're invasive and they're carrying some crazy disease that's gonna take out the human race, it's like shit, get out.
You know what's to blame for this is those crazy people that want all these exotic pets, like the guy that wanted to have 4 freaking lionfish in his tank. Like, guys, stop being freaking selfish. Leave the invasive species where they're from and don't bring them into other environments that they don't belong in. Like freaking Bradford pear trees. Oh my god. Someone brought those over from China thinking, hey, these are pretty and would look good at malls. And now they're taking over everything and they break constantly in ice storms and they smell like rotting fish in the springtime. Like, why?
And it's all because of one person's decision.
Yeah, really. Anyway, okay, so this cruise. So 311, it is March 8th to March 13th, 2023. The Norwegian Pearl. It leaves from Miami. It goes to Harvest Caye, Belize, Roatan, Honduras. So my favorite island in the world and another island. But then Miami. So I wonder if we have Miami Hunters. Zero Eye is Miami, right?
Yeah.
Hoth, I wonder if he's up for
well,
it.
I don't know if Hoth is Miami. I know Hoth is Florida. Dang it. I was just listening to your podcast, Hoth. I'm sorry. What part of Florida again? I know you're in the chat.
I think he said not Miami.
I know, right? He's not near Zero Eye, but what's the other? What's the other big city there?
There's lots of
bunch.
Them.
Yeah.
There's Orlando. There's Jacksonville. Hotel says South Florida. South Florida isn't a city.
It doesn't give us anything. But fair enough. You don't have to say where.
Yeah. So anyway, I really want to go on that cruise.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, I absolutely love cruises. Granted, I usually try to pick a cruise that has like 4 or 5 destinations, so it's an appropriate appetizer sampler.
Yeah.
Because I love that you get to like see so many
Appetizer
places.
sampler.
Yeah. You get to see so many places, and you don't have to travel really to them. You don't have to worry about like all the custom, like they handle all
Yeah.
that shit for you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about figuring out what to do somewhere because they handle that too. And like,
That.
honestly, I'm a big fan of Royal Caribbean because like they have like this kind of standard for their ships where you know kind of what to expect. Like they always have a Windjammer cafe. And if you don't want to eat the fancy places on the boat, Windjammer Cafe is open most of the time. It's a buffet. You always know what you're going to get there. Almost every morning on a cruise ship, I start my day with a hot buttered bran muffin, smoked salmon, and chunks of fruit. And it's like, that's all I need for breakfast.
Yeah. You're probably good
and-
into like dinner.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so cheap. Like, I want to say that last cruise I went on was like, it was like $900 a person. And that includes all your food.
Wow.
And so that's your lodging, your travel, your food for an entire week to multiple places. And like that doesn't include your drinks. If you want drinks, it's extra. But if one person in your group gets the drink package, they can kind of just give you the drinks. Like that's what I always do. One person gets the internet, one person gets the drinks, and one person gets the soda package because that's a separate thing. And then you just share. Like
yeah. That's so genius.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense to spend extra for the fancy restaurants on the boat because they're not actually that good. And why buy food when you can get food for free? Yeah, but anyway, so I personally...
So wait, I have to ask you. Go ahead. You love cruises.
Yeah.
But have you done a Disney cruise?
No. Too many kids.
Fair enough. So Marvin's house used to work for Disney and spent a lot of time on the Disney cruise lines and ships. And so I was just curious if maybe you guys had crossed paths at any point in time.
Yeah, I'm not a Disney fan as far as movies or cruise ships or resort. Like anything that's specifically geared towards kids, I usually don't like it. Like I feel like I've never really been one, so I didn't like kids stuff when I was a kid. There's no reason why I would like it now. Though, like, some of the kids' movies, like Wreck-It Ralph was really good, and Happy Feet is still one of my favorite movies, but, like, I don't even... Yeah. But, yeah, anyway. I don't like lots of screaming kids everywhere. It really... I have, like...
Kills the vibes, man.
Yeah, and I have, like auditory, sensory stuff, and yeah, and then I have tactile, sensory, like I just have lots of sensory issues, and kids like mess with all of those.
Amplify that.
Yeah. So yeah, I've specifically never been on Disney cruise because of that, but I've heard they're really good. I like to go on the ships that have fewer kids.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Royal Caribbean now is on the list. Top cruise recommendations.
Yeah. And they're always super cheap and pretty standard. And they are hilarious when it comes to like their safety songs.
Like the safety dance?
Kind of like... So before that last cruise, I went on a cruise before that with my then husband and my best friend from Rhode Island. Like she flew down and met us, and all of us went on the cruise. And on that trip, so at the beginning of the trip, they make everyone do like a emergency kind of fire drill thing, right?
Yeah.
And they make you go to your station, and you watch this like safety video, and one of the safety videos was like a wash your hands song, and they have this like these little cartoon characters, and they're like kids, and like one is germy and the other one isn't germy, and like and then one starts feeling sick after dinner, and like so they do this whole song about like washing your hands, and like I mean it was just catchy, and it wasn't stuck in my head all week long. But yeah,
It's effective. If it's you know, you could still think about it now. It's effective.
right. And they hire great people. The people like the people that work on Royal Caribbean cruises are from all over the world. So you kind of get your international experience, not just from the places you go, from also the people you meet on the ships. And it's funny because when we went to Roatan, we did pay for an excursion because we didn't know anything about Roatan. And so they brought us to this beach where we could go snorkeling. And at that beach, we had a private security guy. And I made friends with him. He was really cool. He was willing to talk to us like all day. And he like for free, even though we tipped him a large amount, he literally just sat there and watched our stuff while we went in the water so that we didn't have to like, you know, lock it up somewhere. Like there was nowhere to lock it. So, so I got to chatting with him, and he used to work for Royal Caribbean for like 25 years. And then he had to have carpal tunnel surgery. So he left working for the cruise ships. And then now he and his brother work as security guards on Roatan. And he was just really cool. And he loved his experience working for Royal Caribbean. So, and he was originally from Honduras, like a inner city kid. And that's kind of what got him out to see the world and helped him like take care of his family. And so if someone who worked for them for so long had good things to say about it, then, you know, I think it's probably pretty good too.
Yeah. When the employees are happy, I mean, that makes, I'm sure, everybody's experience that much better. So
yeah, I honestly like
be taking care of their employees.
Yeah. When I got my divorce, I didn't really have too many ties to anywhere because like I worked for myself, and most of my friends were with my now ex-husband, and I was like, maybe I want to go work on a cruise ship. So like I actually applied for some jobs on a cruise ship, but like they were not hiring anyone with any of my skills. Like you have to have a lot of experience in like big world resorts in order to get a job there. Like you have to be qualified, and I was not qualified at all.
Like, but you're a Jane of all trades, so they're missing out.
Yeah, maybe was not qualified.
You know, could have been like a great pair of deckhands. Imagine.
I could have done a lot of stuff, but they didn't want me.
Mother effers.
It's all good. I'm glad I stayed anyway. I like where I'm at.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Stick to enjoying the cruises rather than working for them, because then that love of cruises will quickly dissipate.
That's true. That's true.
As soon as you start working, yeah.
So anyone that's interested in the 311 cruise, hit us up. We should probably get back to some coin hunt talk.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose. Let's talk shop.
Okay. I have some stuff in the auction house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Show that listing, baby.
Let's see what we got.
Show those listings.
There's only a couple of hours left, I think. Let's see. Because I think I put these up pretty late. There might be like 1 or 2 hours left. So hopefully the 6 people that are watching are interested. I've got some jingle bells up there. 100 jingle bells are going for 105 keys. I've got 100 Japanese drums going for 60 keys. I've got 1 water heart going for 40, which is super cheap. Someone buy, like, you want this water heart that's going for 40 because I haven't,
Steal.
like, I was surprised that that's so low because I haven't sold one for less than 100 before now. So
That's on one clock, you said?
yeah, it's got like a couple of hours left, like maybe 2.
What?
Yeah, and it's
I'm about to go bid on it.
all right, all right. And then I have an Earth Heart that is at 100 keys. And then I have a Tiki QB, the How H-A-O at 340 keys. So I'm pretty proud of these ones. I'm glad. Except for that one heart. Like, that should be way higher.
Yeah, the water heart should be way higher.
Yeah. I'm selling stuff because, like, I spent so much last week. I really need to get some of my stuff back.
We gotta recoup.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what about you? You been doing any stuff in the auction house?
I told you I'm crawling back into my shell.
You're not even selling anything?
I have one. I'm starting to, I think my thing is going to be like a black cat, either on like a bi-weekly basis or like a monthly basis. I'll sell like one black cat a month.
Have you done the calculations on the cost for the paint and everything? Like, if it's worth it?
Yeah, it just depends on, it just depends on if I can get lucky with like blood. So, I think the last batch of blood that I got was 75 blood for, what did Manel bid me? I'm like trying to think. It was 3 times essentially. So probably somewhere at like the 225, 250 range. Okay. And, which, you know, pays off essentially. And I always do my starting bid at 420. So if you ever see a black cat at 420 starting bid, it's probably mine. For multiple reasons, but I just don't want anything less than that. And yeah, so that's my limit. We'll see.
I've never put up anything on the auction house for anything other than 20 keys.
Really?
Yeah, I always put it at 20 because I kind of noticed that, like, that hot list thing really does make a difference, because I've seen like stuff on there that's like listed for 20 keys or like 30 keys, and then there's stuff that was originally listed at 20 keys that is at 100, and people are ignoring the one that's still at 30 and they're going for the one that's at 100 because it started at 20.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. And I don't know. I'm always the person that searches because I'm looking for stuff.
Oh yeah, I search.
If you're not looking, if you're just perusing, that's when it gets dangerous. And I can't just peruse the auction house or else I'd have no keys. So yeah, and the hot list will get you sometimes too, where you'll place a bid thinking like, oh, that's a really good cost, but then you'll search an item, that exact same item that you just bid on, and you find that cheaper one in there. So
that's when you're buying 2.
You know? So
yeah. I mean, I don't mess with the hot list either, but I know that gets me more keys.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fine tune my auction house skills. I'm not as good as Manel yet, but maybe eventually.
I'm really not that good. I haven't sold much at all, but yeah.
I'm desperate for keys though, so I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually was thinking about selling some, like, all of my USA event things. I mean, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them.
That's a good idea. Since you
if
got your use out of the blueprint.
Yeah. Depends on if they're actually going for a reasonable price right now. Like, those footballs were freaking expensive last year.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to put them up now.
Well, I don't have them yet, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, and that's the good thing about 2-day events too. And especially our 4th of July one, just it lands conveniently where people who work like normal 9-to-5s aren't going to have that much time to hunt. So
yeah,
maybe we'll get lucky with that cost.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
But the thing I was like squealing about was not my mystery box celebration, but Marvin's house got 2 back-to-back 50 key mystery boxes this week.
Wow. I
was
one,
so jealous.
But, you know what I've been getting a lot is I think I got 4 back-to-back 2 green key boxes.
Oh, those are nice. Some auction house keys.
Yeah, I mean, they feel better than they actually are, which is weird. Like, there are much better things to get than 2 green keys in a mystery box. Even 20 blue keys is way better than 2 green keys. But when you get the 2 green keys, it's like, ooh, this is special, but it's really not.
It's almost like luxury keys. Like you're like, oh, here we are, upper echelon. We're in the green zone, baby. But it's
and then I gotta check myself and be like, why am I so excited about this? Like, this isn't that good. It's okay, but really.
You're right though. Yeah, they are. They come in handy though, as they stack up for our auction house shenanigans. So. Yeah, or I shouldn't say shenanigans. Our auction house purchases.
Legitimate purchases.
Shenanigans sounds
bad.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess a relatively quiet auction house for us this week.
Yeah, I just got
as opposed to last week.
I'm amazed how well I've restacked some keys though. Like, I'm not hurting.
That's good.
We'll see how that looks after the next 4 resets, but
yeah.
Honestly, I don't plan to do anything more than just my loops, but I'm gonna hit my loops twice, like all 4 resets, where normally, like in that time period, I would have hit them once or twice. So
yeah, doubling your vault hits.
Yeah, and I might actually hit those standard vaults too that I would normally ignore. Because honestly, during the event, there's literally no difference.
Yeah, there's literally no reason not to hit them. That's why I went for it today, because once I hit the one at work, I was like, oh, that's right. Like full resource amount. And I think I had gotten like 500 resin and 50 cowboy hats in that one, or 50 footballs. So I was like, oh wait, maybe they are like, upping the ante in resin costs or resin drops and stuff. But no, because you'll still get 50 resin. Don't get too excited.
Yeah.
But it makes no difference. So yeah, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that would still be better from a user vault would be the key return, I imagine.
Right. Yeah.
So
make sure you hit all of yours, and I mean, there's no reason to skip a user vault, but
right.
You don't have to skip vaults when there's an event, which is nice.
Yeah. And there's maybe about 8 to 10 of those on my regular walking loop that I normally ignore, that I just won't ignore now.
Yeah, because that's what, 8 times at minimum 50, right? Resources that you drop. So that's a good return, a resource return. It's worth it for the 8 keys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Well, I think most of our audience has probably jumped out to go hunting.
Yeah. So,
we've got all 5 of y'all in here. We've been chatting with you all night. So
yeah. And let me tell you, y'all are freaking weird. All right. So
let's go.
The search term of the week. So I put 2 in here. I'm going to start with the more mild, entertaining one. Someone searched wombat sound, which I can only imagine is because of the whole mortal wombat thing. And it makes me kind of curious as to what a wombat sounds like. So that's cute. It's sweet. But that's not what makes me think y'all are weird.
I know what's coming next, so I'm just like,
okay, so let me preface this real quick. My boyfriend has been using his YouTube to search something regularly. I know he searched it at least 5 times over the past couple weeks. It has not shown up on our search term list, even though he is a subscriber and he watches, albeit somewhat irregularly. So what he's been searching has not shown up on our list. So that means that what has shown up on our list has been searched multiple times. And that means at least 5 or more. It's got to be. Unless this is just pulling out the weird stuff. But I don't know that it is just pulling out the weird stuff, because there was also normal shit in there. Like someone searched Bitcoin. Okay, what coin hunter doesn't search Bitcoin at some point, right? So
wait, maybe we need to make sure that your boyfriend is subscribed.
Oh, he is.
Is he? Okay, you've been on top of it, right?
Yeah, because I was the one that went into his profile and subscribed.
Yeah.
So,
dang it. Okay, good.
One of you crazy people,
or multiple of you people.
Actually,
something in the water.
That might be, ew, something really would be in the water. That might actually make sense as to why it's showing up on the list if different people searched it. One of you or one or more of you has searched on YouTube for videos to help you poop. I have some recommendations. Anything with caffeine, coffee helps. If you're a smoker, smoke a couple cigarettes. Those definitely help.
A squatty potty.
Yes, a squatty potty. Those are awesome. I would like to know.
Would you though?
What would you actually find as far as videos that could how is a video going to help you poop?
Are there yoga poses that we don't know about?
I mean, I don't want to search it myself because I am afraid of what I will find. So I was hoping one of you would let us know.
I think no one's going to let us know for sure.
Probably not, because no one's responded to us about any of the things yet. So I'm really disappointed in y'all.
Oh my gosh.
I still don't know who is looking up hypoallergenic cats or, any of the things that we've asked about.
She said entertaining and educational.
Yeah. Hopefully you're talking about us and not the videos that help you poop. I don't understand why anyone would search for that. Like, I can understand searching Google for what helps you poop. Like, if someone is having troubles.
But video?
But a video? Does it just, make you laugh so hard that, your muscles, contract a lot? I don't understand. So.
But you need your muscles to, relax, don't you? So.
Maybe the video would tell us.
Yeah, you're right. All right, one of us has to volunteer as tribute for this.
Not me. Totally not me.
Nose goes.
Oh my god. Also, goodness. I kind of possibly wonder if these are connected. Like, the wombat sound and videos to help you poop. Have you ever heard... what movie is that from? The Brown Note? There's in some movie they talk about the brown note, and the brown note is a certain key and a certain pitch that when played, it's the right frequency.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Right?
Yes.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if
endless. The pun opportunities.
I'm wondering if the wombat sound is a brown note, and that's why there's videos to help you poop.
Marvin's talking at me. Sorry.
So, and that's actually
nose.
There's a really funny. Shu says, "Isn't that from South Park?" That might be from South Park. The brown note. Yeah.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. Was it maybe a Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo episode? 'Cause that would be hilarious. I think it might have been, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's somebody was watching that South Park episode, and that was why that was a YouTube search.
They didn't search video of the brown note. They just searched video to help you poop.
Yeah, you're right. Completely unrelated.
Yeah. So, anyway, there is a really funny clip in Ali G in the House, where he is asked, as a member of parliament, he's asked to lay down a brick at this, like, groundbreaking ceremony for this new center of something that they're building. So they ask him to lay down a brick, and he misunderstands, and he drops his pants and takes a crap instead of physically putting a brick on the, yeah.
Oh my God.
I love that movie so much. Oh my God. You're going to watch it tonight, right?
Yes. Not that I haven't gotten a great few laughs during our stream, but I think I have to now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been too long.
One of my favorite scenes, there is this, the blind pensioner, and he's got this, can you see my mic? There we go. There's this wrought iron fence, and he's blind, and it's his job to clean the fence. And he's like, oh, this rail is very dirty. And he's jerking off LEG instead of the fence.
Instead of jerking off the fence.
Yes. Yeah. And then, like, I don't know, it's just so quotable. It's so good. Yeah. I can't.
Well, it's on my hit list for tonight.
Yeah, I might actually watch it tonight as well.
Oh, let's do a little watch party then after this. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if you're up for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's already 11. I still have to go hunt. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh yeah. We gotta go.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I said, oh yeah, we gotta go hunt.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, no, the best thing for keeping Brewski calm when there's fireworks is to close him in a room with me and play something really loud, like music or a really loud movie. So maybe tomorrow night I will, like, lock him in the bedroom, perfect. And we'll just put LEG on really loud. Yeah, and then he can sense your, like, you know, light-spirited energy, and you'll just be laughing over the fireworks, and he'll be like, okay, everything's normal. Yeah. That's a positive association, too, so. Hopefully that works. We'll see. Hopefully. I don't know. Sounds like you've pulled out all the tricks. So I hope it just makes it better. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I hate to end this on a brown note instead of a positive note, but I see what you did there. Well, I on a brown note this week. I didn't really come up with a positive life impact story. I forgot to research the things. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's totally fun. You got jokes instead of positive stories, so. You got 4th of July event. So everybody just go out and, you know, keep your spirits high for that blueprint and all of your resources. And, yeah. And if you have any comments, let us know. Also, I've been looking at the analytics, and like half of y'all that watch this are not subscribed. So what's wrong with you? Yes. And yeah. Please go like and subscribe. Yeah, it just makes it easier for us. Then we don't have to like go announce it everywhere, and then we don't have people saying, oh, you never told us, because you know, then you just get a notification and it's not on us to make sure you know what's going on. Anyway, yeah, so like and subscribe, please. Let your friends know, and I guess we'll be back next week. Oh, I forgot to say one thing. We are considering doing a stream after the Hunter's Lodge. If you guys think that's a good idea, please let us know.
Let us know so I can call out of work sick.
Oh, are you working, huh?
Well, you know, there's always a way to make it work.
Okay.
I can pick up a night somewhere else. So if I think that might be a good call. But yes, let us know if y'all are interested in that.
If you are dedicated to participating after, like, and we're not going to get in the way of like anything that's going on the Discord. Like, if there is a voice channel in the Discord, it will be after that. It's just like, we want to keep the party going. It's the after party. So
I mean, Hunter's Lodge feels like it is like an event, and it's crazy to me that they do it at like, for me, it's 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm like, well, wow, that's an early time to celebrate, but fine. Let's go.
To me, the Hunter's Lodge is way more exciting than the 4th of July event. I mean, probably because I already have that QB, but I'm mostly looking forward to Hunter's Lodge. So yeah, if you guys want us to stream after, let us know, because I don't want to make Mama take the day off work if none of y'all are going to show up. So
yeah. And also let us know if you guys have questions for the devs, because I mean, I think one of us will probably try to get on the stage to ask some questions about merch and things like that. So yes. So let us know if it's not one or both of us. Let us know if you have questions, and we'll do our best to get those in there if we're able to.
Yeah. So. Okay, y'all. Well, enjoy your event.
Yeah, and we so appreciate all of you for joining us, because I know, you know, right at the 5 o'clock reset on an event day is go time. So appreciate all of you for joining us while you're out hunting or not hunting, whatever it is. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Yeah. All right, guys. And we will see you next week. Hopefully you get lots of footballs and cowboy hats.
Yeah. Happy America hunting.
America. Fuck yeah.
America. Fuck yeah. That's another South Park thing, isn't it?
Yes.